No, yes, ma'am. My spiel is about the prompt. So just like there's a up and there's a down, right? The universe presents balance to us. So you got some immigrants who are helping and some immigrants who are not. It depends, I guess, where you are regionally, right? And it depends on the individual you're talking about. Everything is case specific. If you generalize, what you do is you create a bigger, hairier opponent, one that may not really exist. So if you put all this energy into things that don't exist, like all of the immigrants are a bad look for the black community, because who goes around asking where you're from? You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. I keep telling y'all, the reason why black America seems to get skipped on the line is because of the stigma that was created by whitey people about black America. And they gave it to the world. Basically, the sentiment that these whitey people have of people that look like us, they don't care where we from. If we look like this, we have a stigma. Y'all have great accomplishments in America. Great, that nobody can deny. I mean, I'm talking about astronomical level accomplishments. Take a guy like Jay-Z from Marcy Projects in Brooklyn, where I'm from. This guy is a billionaire, married the hottest chick in the game, and made a song called Still a Ninja. He let us know it don't matter how much money you got. In these people's eyes, we still ninjas. Because of the system. The system was created to depict black people as that. The system was created to keep you down at a certain level. And for some reason, people keep asking, well, the immigrants are preferred to work over us. Why is that? Why is that? Because you're under the same system that's been giving you the ish ever since they stepped on the soil. But y'all expecting something from this system that's going to help you out of the
very pit. Your plane, Chris.
I'm landing it. The very pit that they put y'all in, and I land.
All right. Anybody have a rebuttal for Chris? Nope. Okay, Chris, I'm going to ask you a question.
Ma'am.
Hey, I did, but go ahead, love.
Oh, no, go ahead, Black Freedman.
Well, you know, the thing is that these immigrants, not all of them, but the majority of them on my side down in the South, these immigrants are working just as white people. You see what I'm saying? They're being very discriminatory toward black Americans. Right now, where I'm working at, it's mega projects going on where they're in states that have a lot of black Americans in them, and they're not allowing black people to come to work. So they're being very discriminatory. So, you know, it's just not about the system. It's them working with the system. That's the issue.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's the system. The system, listen, the system created black plight in America. It was designed to do that. That's why it's doing it. It's doing what it's designed to do. You don't get the same respect as an immigrant because you're not recognized as a nation. I keep saying it. The immigrants come from different countries. Some of these countries, the U.S. have treaties with and have agreements with. Some of these countries, the U.S. had a lot of hand in destabilizing them. So when their citizens come here to work, they don't look at them the same way they look at black America, because black America is not recognized by the U.S. government as a nation unto itself. You're just the black community.
So,
Chris, you're saying
don't
that.
Interrupt them. Y'all want to have a back and forth? We can do I can put it on Showtime for 3 minutes. If y'all want to talk, do y'all want to have a conversation? Just let me know, and we can always do a quick. Oh, okay, he left. Did you want to have a back and forth, Black Freedman?
I mean, I don't want to disturb you live right now.
No, you
don't
have to. It's not that. But if y'all want a back and forth, we can do that. Okay, let's do that. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, go ahead, my man.
We could be civil, man. I just want to have a civil conversation, but I'm just telling you what it is, because I talk to these racist people. When I hold my lives, these are the guys who are not afraid to come in there and call me a N-word. They're not afraid to do it. They do it. And I say, hold on, stay right there. Stay right there. You owe me a conversation because you just called me the N-word. Tell me how you really feel. Whose nation is this? Well, this is the white man's nation. And y'all can go back to Africa. Africa's big enough to hold y'all. So you don't think black people belong here? No, we created this once, and when we didn't create it to share it with
But
no one.
Chris, this
Yes.
is not a monologue. This is an open discussion. Black immigrants say the same thing. This is the white man's country. I hear that every
True.
night.
But
My thing is, man, do you believe in black and brown coalitions?
no, it's about who shares the mindset, not about who looks like what. If you share
So
the
let
mindset of listen, if you want to be free, and you group up with a bunch of other people that want to be free, that's what matters. All this skin tone stuff, black people come in all different tones. Like, listen, man, the fight is real, and if we don't stay focused, we in the ring with
I
Mike
can't hear
Tyson.
you, American. But
you
who
know
fighting?
we are
But
staying
who,
focused.
right? But
Go
who
ahead, go
But
fighting?
ahead.
Who fighting? What are Africans and what are all these people fighting it?
check what I'm saying. You know what? It's you know what you they got sleeper cells out here in the United States. Sleeper cells. And the reason why people have a hard time locating them because they stay on the low. Everybody don't need to pop their head out. This ain't whack-a-mole. Everybody don't need to pop their
What
head
you
out the
mean? So
house.
they all been in secret hiding
Hey, my man,
for
I
60
work with
years?
Africans
What
and
I'm saying
Jamaicans.
is, I talk to a lot of people.
Hold up, real quick, man. Listen to me. I work with Africans and Jamaicans and every other demographic up under the Latin community, man. None of these people stand with us, man. This is what I'm trying to say. Are you a black American?
No, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, I'm asking, are you a black American born and
No, he was
raised?
adopted. He has a Caribbean parents, but he was adopted by Black Americans. He said at birth.
Cool. Cool, I got you on that. I understand that. That's
And
cool.
can I just get in real quick?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say too, well, these YT people got a lot of nerve because a lot of them are immigrants and don't belong here either. They need to go back to their countries.
Exactly.
And
No,
and the irony of them they got the audacity to talk about who's an immigrant. They're immigrants.
I agree. But they're standing
So
closer to the red button than we are.
well, the thing
That,
about it is that's because these policies need to change and people need to get on the right side of things. If we keep constantly voting these Democrats in, we're going to constantly be having these go round and round conversations about the same stuff and have the same issues because we need to do something different.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Radical, in order to get change you have to do something radical. It takes something radical to get the changes that you need.
And
If we
what's
continue to do the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same results. That is called insanity.
exactly so radical? I think the
Okay,
most
we gonna
radical
move
thing.
on to the next person. We had 3 minutes spent on this. We gonna move on. I'm gonna agree to disagree with you, Chris. I
Okay.
haven't seen the proof of the benefit yet. All I seen is no proof and disrespect. We gonna move on to Louise. Hey, Louise.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. What's your ethnicity?
Hispanic.
Okay, you want to address the prompt for me?
Well, yeah, I'll do that. But I was just gonna piggyback off what Black Freedom was talking about the. I guess you
But
could
can you
call it
address the prompt first and then go into your submission? You gonna have 2 minutes. You can just say
I
yes or
think that
no. You know what I
I,
mean? You can
yeah,
just
I think they are helping, and it doesn't seem that way because like Black Freedom was saying the gentrification. I'm from South Houston. I'm from Pearland. I worked in the South Park area doing landscape many years ago, and at whenever I was almost at the end of my tenure working in landscaping over there, I did see the shift in ethnicity. A lot of Hispanics, Mexicans, really started buying up land, and because it was cheap, you can get a house in South Park off Cullen and Broadway. I mean, in Belfort, for 25,000 a lot. You know, and yeah, it does look bad because then like, oh, they're taking over, but it isn't really taking over. It's just buying where you can afford, you know, and building it up. And what if you just see that it's a different ethnicity, a different race uh, coming in, then yeah, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that. But you're not including the fact that the taxes. I mean, they're paying taxes, and it's start. You started around 5 to 8 years ago. You started seeing a lot of developments. Streets getting fixed and stuff like that because of the tax revenue. So I'll end with that,
All
and
right.
then I'll gather my thoughts.
Okay, yep. I got a question for you, Louise.
Yes,
Hold
ma'am.
on. Tui and Crime, I'm gonna rotate you down. Thank you for coming. You know you can always come back up. I just wanted to bring somebody up. Thank you. Black Friedman, I'm gonna rotate you down too. You can always come back up, bro. All right. Hold on, Louise. Y'all give me 1 second. Louise, let me ask you something. Was your answer to the question that immigrants are helping?
The black community, yes.
Okay,
I
can I ask you a question? If immigrants are helping, what's going on in your community with people calling the Black Americans the N-word?
I, that's
I would say
the
that's
hard.
harming Black American communities.
You meaning hard R or
Yeah, the hard
just
R, like Ashley Gonzalez, like multiples. I was even called the hard R by a Latino, by a Hispanic. I don't know where he came from, but no white tea ever called me one to my face. But here in Florida, my first, the hard ER was from a Latino. I don't know where he was from, but definitely a Latino. So my question is, do you think anti-Black American, HATE, is helpful to the Black American community coming from the Hispanic population?
it ain't. But that's the same thing. It isn't all. It isn't everybody. It isn't all of us, and I can't respond for them who do. I'm fortunate enough to have a bit to have it. I can't answer for
And
them.
then
Just like the same way.
what about in Los Angeles, the attacks that's been going on Black Americans in California from the Hispanic community? And we're not going to even talk about the
That is a
Hispanic police
different.
officers.
Yeah, that's hardcore right there. I've seen it
It
and
is
I
hardcore.
see it, but I mean, it's the same way I've been called the WB and this other kind of derogatory terms in lives like this where I'm just trying to put my 2 cents in, trying to just talk and dialogue, and it's like it's just so much hate. I can honestly.
HATE.
Oh no,
I
I'm
love
sorry about that. I'm
TikTok.
sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. But I can say like I do see it. I do see it. I remember one of my managers while we were doing landscaping in South Park area. Young young dude comes up to us. It's 7:30. It isn't like it's 12 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it's 7:30 in the morning. He said, "Hey, bro, y'all hiring? You think I get a job?" I was like, "I don't know, but give me your number, and then if anything comes up, I would definitely." And then my boss, my the manager at the time, comes up to me and goes, "You what?" He starts laughing. He's like, "You really think I'm gonna hire him?" Blah blah blah. He starts saying negative things. I'm like, "Bro, that's why the stigma is what it is, man. Because you don't know that man's up at 7:30, and then like it's like 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's early, bright and early in the morning, and he came and, hey, I'll work right now. But you don't get. We're not giving each other the benefit of the doubt. We're not being open minded and trying to love and trying to have compassion and
Okay,
empathy.
I'm gonna land your plane for you real quick. So that's the perfect example of what people mean by is harming the Black community, because one immigrant that's practicing anti-Black HATE is too many, especially if they come from other places, because they definitely come here with those sentiments about Black Americans anyway. So, Louise, does anyone have a rebuttal for Louise, or a backing, or a question for him?
I do.
Go ahead, Revolution.
Um, for the guy that was wanting to work, and then the guy gave him some excuse and then laughed him off and said he's not going to give him no job. That's the same person that your people will be talking about, that we're lazy and that's why we're not working. Then you tell us that the houses only cost $25,000, but guess what? They probably only cost $25,000 for y'all because somebody that y'all know that's hooked up with the government some type of way knows about this benefit, and they got a friend to do a favor so that y'all can grab those houses for $25,000. Because whatever puts us down is good for white America in their eyes. So that's the reason why they give y'all the deals to move us out, and then they got y'all over the barrel to do whatever they say whenever the time comes to it, if they apply pressure. And then from there, they end up coming in with white people and then running the bills up, running the cost over there up, and gentrifying the area. And that's how they take things over and get our land when we would have still been there had y'all not forced us out. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing happened over in South Central, not South Central, but Compton. You know what I'm saying? It's now like 75% Mexican or whatever, and it used to be almost all black. So how is that not harming us?
Hold on. The anything.
The government bought the house
Hold
for
on,
sale.
Louise. Hold on for 1 second. The anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a Black American?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
I accidentally let you up because you only have 52 followers. You can stay up here this time, but moving forward, if you don't have, and I don't know you already, I'm gonna move it to at least 300 followers.
Oh,
Y'all
I'm
saw?
sorry, honey. My
No,
channel just got deleted. I had
okay.
4,000. Yeah, on
Oh,
that one.
okay, no, I'm just saying somebody just came up here and spread it wide open. So I'm not getting my page took. I don't care if you're a Black American or immigrant. Moving forward, that's how it's going to go. Because this is the fifth time that picture has showed up. And if I don't
My
know you,
picture?
no, not your picture,
Oh.
PO, a nasty picture.
Oh, I don't have no nasty
I
pictures
know
on
you
mine.
don't. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking about everybody. So okay. So did you want to say something so we can move on to Remy? Lewis, want to land your plane? Your final say?
Who, me?
Louise.
Oh, okay.
Nope, I'm gonna be with you soon as possible. Anything. Louise, did you want to say something? No? Okay, well thank you for coming up, Louise. All right, hey Remy.
Hello, hello, how's everyone?
Can you talk into your mic, please, Remy?
Yeah, yeah, is this better?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Remy, where are you from again? I keep forgetting.
That's okay. We get a lot of
Remy.
people in here. I'm from Rwanda.
Yeah, Rwanda. I thought so. No, I remember you though, Remy. Remy, can you address the prompt for us? How are immigrants helping or harming the Black American community?
Can name like a particular thing because
No,
I feel like that's
no,
very
no.
much.
It's a simple question, Remy. How are immigrants helping Black Americans or harming Black Americans? Which one do you want to go with?
I don't think everybody has the same experience with immigrants. Depending on which Black community, like I've lived in Harlem, and there was a lot of benefit. Diversity is a benefit. There's services that are provided by immigrants that a lot of here, you have free education. A lot of people graduate high school. Some people go to college. Not everybody wants to pick fruits or sweep the streets or whatever it is, right? And so that's why I was saying, depending on what community, there are communities where there's positive interactions, there's people helping each other, right? And there's other communities like the guy that was talking about it, Luis, whatever, where there's violence or there's people disagreeing or not being on the same page.
Okay. Anybody got a rebuttal for Remy? No rebuttal for you, Remy. Thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hey, Revolutionary, you want to address the prompt?
Yeah, again, I'll go with saying that it's harming our community because of the fact that they come in undercutting prices. The people who give them jobs should not be giving them jobs, and so they can always save money with not paying the top dollar that they should pay for the help that they're hiring. Then on top of that, it's other jobs that give employment to them because it's more beneficial with the EEOC benefits that they can get to hire them, where they won't get that same type of benefit if they hire us and we're from this country. Even with getting loans or getting some type of subsidy from the government is not going to bring anybody in that's going to be a burden. So they'll end up supplementing them just to make sure that they have what they need, but yet we don't get the same type of thing, and we're from this country, and they been owed us money and still won't do anything for us. Politicians all the time saying that they can't do anything for one specific group of people, but they always turn around and do something for immigrants, do something for other people and other groups that are specific groups, but not us because we're a specific group. But where did that go when you help that other specific group? You know what I'm saying? And they always utilize immigration in order to destabilize our community so that it's better for the companies, so that the richer keep getting richer. And if they knew any better, they stick with us and figure out what we're doing so that they can get top dollar instead of the pennies they be selling for and breaking our backs for it, cutting our throats for it.
Okay. Does anyone have a rebuttal to
I
revolution?
got a rebuttal. I got a rebuttal.
Go ahead, Johnny.
So my rebuttal is, see, the prompt doesn't say black immigrants, so it gives me gives me the opportunity to get my glaze on. I'm not losing Gianni Versace,
I'm
Donatella
sorry,
Versace,
Freeman. Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
Ermenegildo
I made a
Zenia. You know
mistake.
what I'm saying?
Hold on,
The
Johnny.
Russian.
Freeman, you can come up the next person. I made a mistake and added you. You next. Go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not losing Donatella Versace, Gianni Versace, Ermenegildo Zenia, Prada Gucci, Russian ballroom dancers, Eastern European massage therapists. I'm not losing all these people because these bums mad because they can't work at McDonald's and work and get construction jobs, man. Okay? So you can't don't chop your nose off to spite your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got great foreigners that provide great services for us internationally and gives us the opportunity to experience the quality and the finer things in life. That honestly, white people just not gonna give us that if it was up to them. Some white people just not going to give us the finer things of life. We have to get that from Europeans, and Asians. Okay? So yeah, just because you can't work at McDonald's and just because you can't get a construction job and all that, yeah, I'm not willing to trade that for fashion. Shout out Pharrell, working with Louis Vuitton and all that. That's not a good trade, bruh. And I land my plane.
Johnny, let me ask you something. I'm curious. So, Johnny, how did you get? I mean, how did you get this train of thought that you have? I mean, do you understand at all what Black Americans are? What they gripe is about. Do you understand it all, or do you think they don't have a reason to feel the way they feel?
I think they're being ungrateful, and I think they're being any word that you put with ungrateful. I don't know where they live at. I think it's local,
But
but
why?
like I say, foreign immigrants have provided services for us that white people would not provide for us. They sell to us when our money was no good with them. When my money couldn't spend at a white restaurant, I could go to a Chinese or Italian or immigrant restaurant and eat and be happy and bring my family and bring my kids there and be made to feel comfortable.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so
Johnny,
it ain't that many black people in this country, so we can't
Johnny,
provide
can,
all the
What are
services.
you talking
please,
about?
no, wait a minute. You can't come off your mic.
Hold on, Revolution. Yeah,
I
hold
stand
on.
I
She a
stand with
mod.
Johnny. You
Wait,
make
she
perfect
a
sense.
mod. Hold on, Boat Right. She a mod. Go ahead, American. And then
Johnny,
Revolution, we'll
so
throw it back to you. It's your turn. Go ahead.
okay, Johnny, I'm sorry. I just had a question. So you don't think something is wrong that they're not prioritizing American citizens over immigrants? Because that is exactly what's happening. They're undermining us, putting our needs last, and we're citizens. You don't think anything is wrong with that? These jobs that they come over here and do, Johnny, Black Americans or any American at that can do those jobs. And on top of it, do it neater and better. Like I've had people come over. I have hired a crew that was a Hispanic crew to come and do some remodeling on my home. They did an okay job, but they didn't do it to, to my liking. They rush and they do different things, and they just don't do it to perfection. And Americans, I've noticed when I switched and hired a Black American crew, they did a whole lot better because they actually know what another Black person is looking for when they paying their money to get perfection. So, I mean, Johnny, I think that you need to really like look and see what's going on around you. They're undermining us and we're citizens. Our needs should come first. And
I
that's just
understand. I understand what you're saying, and I'm sure you play. I'm sure you paid the Black Americans more for that service. But what I'm saying is cool. I understood that plight. But the word says immigrants, not just poor immigrants and not just Black immigrants. Now, when you throw all immigrants into it, absolutely not. You got quality immigrants that provide quality services and gives us quality information and quality culture and everything. Now, if what you were saying about the Mexicans, yeah, I know that. I would rather
Hey, land your
honestly,
plane,
I would
revolutionary.
rather I will hire white boys before I hire Spanish people to work on my house if I had a house. I will hire Donahoe Construction to work on my house before I hire foreigners. However, I'm not for any laws that's going to discriminate against Persian hairstylists. You
Jesus
know,
Christ.
all right?
Okay, land your plane, Johnny.
The plane landed.
I know. Okay, Johnny. Go ahead, revolutionary.
I don't know if you're just clowning or if you really mean what you're saying, brother, but you even mentioned that you would get a white tea person to come and do some work or whatever the case for you, but you didn't never mention out of the list of things that you would have a black person to come and do it. And that's part of the problem. We're not putting the money into our black people's hands, and that's why our money only stays in our neighborhoods for only about 6 hours when everybody else has an average of a week to 3 weeks to sometimes a month and a half with it and circulating through their communities. That's part of the problem as well, because when they come over here and they can do these jobs for lower because they're 10 to a house and they can cut the price in half for what quality work would have got you or whatever the case may be, they're putting our other people out of work. Even when it comes down to the fields, we're doing field work and whatever. When we was little, man, we used to go and work the fields and get our money to buy our school clothes for that next year, as well as have money in our pocket every day for the summer to keep things low and not on pressure on our moms or our fathers. You know what I'm saying? And then when the other people came in doing the job for $2 a bushel instead of $5 a bushel, that we fought to make it that instead of $3 a bushel, what can you do? You can't make your bills get paid no more because these people done came in and accepted $2 a bushel. You have to work almost 3 times as hard in order to get the money you need to pay your bills just because they came into this country and got this job and undercut us instead of getting the same $5 a bushel everybody else was getting. You know what I'm saying? But they'd rather get you fired than to share the job with you because they only want their people in. They're hooked up with the white tea people. They filed in
Hey, land your
1930 to
plane.
become, yes, ma'am. They
Okay.
filed in 1930 to become white tea and they won. And they've been working with white tea ever since to keep us down. And that's why they can't keep the N word out their mouth.
Hey, can I respond to that? I
Johnny,
mentioned
we gonna get you. We gotta get to the next boat. Right, been waiting, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. Just hold on. Hey, boat right.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good, boat right. You want to address the prompt for me?
Yeah. So, how are immigrants helping or harming the black community? I think they're more harming than actually. I think they're helping a lot. I think they're helping a lot because they're actually showing us how different they are from us. You see what I'm saying? So it's showing us it's actually so one situation or one conversation I've been having with my great grandma for like since what 92 is that hey, she's been saying she's Tuscarora for what? Since before I was born. And now there's more people out here in the world questioning that from Africa theory. So that's a beautiful thing to me. You know what I mean? So I love that part. On the economic part, I think there's a lot of black people that can't live without this system. Like my man was saying, he wants to find the things in life. So of course he's gonna put that over you. That's what he wants. He don't care about community or, joining hands and making something work together. He just wants the finer things in life. And we just gotta have to weed out those type of people, just to keep it on. And I'll land with that.
Yeah, I got a rebuttal.
Johnny, pass me the alley. Pass me the alley. I got it.
I got you. I got a rebuttal.
All right.
Hold on one second. I guess Johnny, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't support communists. I'm not a communist. And what I'm seeing is that I'm seeing a lot of people that desire the goals that capitalists create for themselves as communists and socialists. If you're a commie and a socialist, you signed up for that. You signed up to be around immigrant peasants all your life. Yeah, you signed up to compete with illegal immigrants in the streets selling oranges and all that because you signed up for commie, peasant, Democrat socialism. So own that. But when you come for our upper middle class, well-to-do foreigners that gives us the finer things in life, now it's a problem. Okay, running the Mexicans and the immigrants and the poor peasant immigrants out of the country, I ain't got no problem with that. But you're not coming for the Persians and the Europeans and the Chinese that be giving us nice shit. Because y'all want to be with peasants and commies in the streets of them poor-ass cities you live in. No, we not going for that. We like our foreigners, Well, y'all want to handle y'all business with y'all commie peasant Democrat foreigners, cool. But don't come for ours. It says immigrants. It was okay when it said black, but nah. I throw the oop.
Good job, brother. Good job. I stand with you 10 toe, brother. Exactly what you said makes sense. Because
Can I go next?
For example, okay, go ahead.
True.
Go ahead.
I'm asking.
Minute, hold on. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. It's not your turn. Well, I think the next person was what is it? Trust no one.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you want to answer hold on, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's not your turn.
Trust nobody.
You want to answer the prompt?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I feel like, again, my opinion, my respective opinion, foreigners do add substance to our community. And here's why. From the truck industry by itself in Chicago, a lot of foreigners took over that entity where now they're hiring a lot of our brothers that have bad CDL records, you understand? Versus a white tea company, they'll look at your MVR and say, no, we can't hire you. But a foreigner will hire you and put you behind that wheel, and you'll make your money and make a life for yourself, right? And secondly, when we have these Chinese and Indians coming in our community, they're establishing businesses. Yeah, they might be empowering themselves financially, but when you look at it, from what Johnny is saying, that's a place you could take your family to, you understand? Have a family dinner, family outing, right? Now look at the restaurants that white tees own in our community versus what the foreigners own in our community. When you go to a white tea restaurants, first of all, you got to worry about being, profiled. You got to worry about Joanne over there, trying to see if you're about whatever, the case may be, and she has her eyes on you 24/7. Poor customer service towards us. You understand? And thirdly, when you look at the NBA, a lot of foreigners playing the NBA, right? A lot of franchises have foreign managers. So they're giving us opportunity more than the white tees are giving us opportunity. When you look at the Gary Mengerin laws, foreigners are actually taking seats, and they're bridging the gaps and allowing us, to giving us the platform to advocate for ourselves and also establish ourselves. When you look at New York, for example, the mayor, he's a foreigner, right? But he came and inherited a $12 billion debt. What he did, within 100 days, he cleared that debt off. And that's enabling the black community to build themselves back up. So regardless of how we want to put this conversation, we've been oppressed and subjugated to many things, right? But when foreigners come, they bridge that gap for us. They give us a lane to better ourselves. You can say the Mexicans, yeah, how many of us want to go do a construction job under 100 degrees weather? How many of us want to go out there and do civil servant jobs, cleaning toilets? Look at the rest areas. Look at the restaurants. Some of us don't even take pride in our jobs. You understand? We don't take pride in our jobs. Half of those restaurants, if you look at it, our brothers and sisters, they are, just doing whatever they want to do, not taking pride in their jobs. Mexicans take pride in their jobs. They give you a good sandwich, they fix your sandwich, and give you good customer service. Whereas our brothers and sisters always having the attitude, not helping to clean, sanitizing the restaurants, the facilities. So yeah, let's give them credit. They put in the work. Let's just not be here just to bash them and say, oh, this, nah. Because at the end of the day, man, I feel like they're creating a platform for us to really stand out on our own, And when you look at the pressure that's being put on us to live a certain way in this country, you see foreigners actually standing, like they're standing next to us, telling us, "Hey, we're with y'all against these white tees." Because why? When they're making laws, when they're passing laws to make us walk a certain way or live a certain way,
Hey, Trust, where you from again?
uh,
You,
come on,
where you from?
we're not on that type of time. We're talking about immigrants. Let's
What?
just take to the conversation.
You said what?
That he not on that type of time. He tried to tell you he wasn't gonna. He was basically refusing to tell you who he was, where he was from. He's an immigrant too.
Was that necessary, Trust?
I mean, I've been on your panel before, and
I
I
know,
stated
and
who I
I
was.
forgot, and I asked everybody. That's my mod. She didn't ask you, obviously, because I didn't hear her ask you. So I'm asking you. I just got back, and I can't remember everybody who come up here. Now, I appreciate you being in the room and coming and supporting my platform. However,
Yeah.
you didn't have to get smart. It was just a question that's asked to everybody.
Well, I'm African by birth, but naturalized by
Okay,
American.
I know, but what country in Africa?
I'm from Sierra Leone.
All right, shout out Sierra Leone. You can continue.
Yeah, like I was saying, man.
His time was up.
Okay, does anyone have a rebuttal for Trust?
I
Yes.
do.
A
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
revolution?
what's the rebuttal?
Wait a minute,
Love.
hold on, Johnny Black. Black Friedman came off first and then Revolutionary. And Trust, you'll have the final say after each one. Go ahead, Black Friedman.
I got a rebuttal against that because everything he said is false. I work with a bunch of immigrants every day, damn near. I see the type of work they do, the quality of work they do, and these jobs that my man Johnny talking about. These are jobs that our young Black American men can have. That's making up to 23, to almost to 50 to 60, $70,000 an hour. I mean, an hour per hour, which generates six figures a year. And these people are discriminating against us and not allowing these people in here. I've been in this business. I've been in the construction business for 20 years, like I said, and a lot of these people are very discriminatory towards us. Now, I didn't hire a bunch of immigrants, Black, Mexican, Dominican, whatever. I don't see it in return for us. And if you don't see if it's a agenda going on, I don't know what to tell you, my man. And I'm a land.
Can I add on to that?
Trust,
What
you got the final say?
Thank you, man. When you look at the auto industry, right? Foreigners have a lot of car shops, right? When you go there, go fix your car. They do a good job as long as you pay the way they say the price is, right? When you go out there, don't try to get some job done. I seen some Mexicans do a good job. Maybe your experiences might be different than mine, but I know Mexicans, they do a hell of a work. You understand? When you look at interstates, when you travel, like when you drive down the highway, you see a lot of Mexicans on the highway making those roads, right? You don't see a lot of white T men out there. Yeah, you might see a few white T men out there, but mainly Mexicans, they're building the country. Let's give them credit. You
My man,
understand?
what,
Let's
what,
give them
what, what
credit.
state you in, my man?
Upstate New York, Rochester, New York.
Okay, so you
Hold
in New
on,
York.
Black Friedman. You gotta let him land.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Go
Go,
ahead, my
go,
man.
Yeah,
go
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
ahead. Go
Respect
ahead.
my
And
time,
then
brother.
it's on
Respect my time, brother.
Revolutionary. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead,
All
my
I'm
man.
saying is, we need to establish a black progressive front. That's what we need to do because an ideal black America will consist of everybody that's of a black descent or black color, not FBA, not indigenous. Because an ideal black America, we're all facing the same struggle. There's
Yeah,
racial
Okay,
discrimination.
thank you. Thank you. You gotta land your plane. Go ahead, Revolutionary.
All right. I figured with the accent, it made sense on why you were so pro immigrant and talk about the way that immigrants give other people jobs and stuff like that. No, they don't. They stick to their own. They don't spread it around. And even when I went over for a job working on a construction site for something I was very skilled for, I talked to the guy. He said, "Well, it's not going to be any good right now. I am hiring, but my whole crew is Mexican. There was a Mason block crew, or whatever, right?" So he told me that they was hiring, but it's not going to be a good fit because all of my people speak Spanish. And I said in Spanish, no problem. I speak Spanish too. And I said it in Spanish so he could hear how good I spoke Spanish or whatever. And then instead of I can't hire you because you won't be able to talk to them, it turned out to, well, we're not hiring right now. I just don't have the room to put somebody extra on. You know what I'm saying? So I know what they do. I know the shortcuts that they take. I know the things that they do on the job site. As long as nobody's watching them, they will skip a step in a half a heartbeat. And it's because of the fact less work for them, more money in their pocket. They don't really care if it collapses anyway, because this ain't their country. And the people here, they don't care nothing about them except for what they can get up out of them. And that puts all of our people in danger, not to mention our neighborhoods.
All right, thank you. Final say, trust, and then vote right. No Black Freedman.
I'm gonna pass the lead, man. That's it, man. Because everybody gonna be against me on this panel. It is what
Okay,
it
all
is.
right, go ahead, vote right. Vote right. Did you still want to say something?
Yeah, I was about to say it really depends on the region where you're at, because I'm in the South, so there's a lot of black guys, a lot of young black guys that I've trained and hired to do electric work, and they're still working to this day. So if y'all hear about a lot of there might be an agenda, honestly. There might be an agenda trying to snatch up all these construction jobs here and there, but around here where I'm at, yeah, we running it. We running them numbers up. So I'll land with that.
Shout out to the South. Hey, vote right. Do you think? Do you think? If like New York has been overtaken by immigration, Chicago too, LA too. Do you think the South? Do you think that can ever happen in the South?
Nah, because most people in the South had two schoolings. They had school from home and they had school from the school. So they might go to school and it's really all about what you learn when you get here about the people around you. And honestly, a lot of people in the South grew up with their greats or their great greats. Like me, I grew up with all my great greats, all four of them, for at least till I was like 7. So I know a little bit more about my own history than what the government is going to tell me that I am. And also, of course, they're feeding me and spanking me. I'm going to listen to them more than I'm going to listen to the government tell me what I am. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times that's not really going to happen in the South, or the South, and kind of in the Midwest is really mostly where you have that indoctrination really formatted into the family circle. And that's mostly in the Democratic cities, to be real with you.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Black 40. It's Black 40 time, right, American?
Yes, it's his turn.
Okay, hey, Black 40, you want to unmute? I don't think he here with us no more. Oh, Black 40,
Oh,
can you speak into the mic?
yeah. Can you guys hear? Hold on. I think I have a. You can skip me for now because I'm talking over my Bluetooth in my vehicle, so I'm having trouble. But you can skip me for now.
Okay. Hey, Johnny Black.
Yeah, I just wanted to say with the South thing, I'm in the South now, and I was in Georgia. Now, one thing they value poor Americans in the South. Like they hire convicts, they hire poor white people. If you go to the hospital, it's gonna be a poor white girl in there as a nurse. It's gonna be a sister in there working as a nurse. Ain't gonna be no Asians running around in the hospital, doing nurse. It might be a couple, but now up north in the Democrat cities up north, and I don't know about Midwest and California,
Johnny,
they
you want to
value
address the
immigrants.
prompt for me real quick? Then you can go into your spiel.
Yes, how are immigrants helping or harming the Black American community? Well, like I say, Donatella Versace, Emilio Zenya, Prada, Gucci, the cars, foreign cars. Now once you get to the upper middle class, you start talking about the finer things in life. The immigrants provide us that where white folks, I don't hear any stories of white folks making us comfortable in those situations. I went in Brooks Brothers and the air was kind of tight, so I took my money to Prada and Gucci and Versace. So yeah, they provide that outlet for us where I can, like I don't have a family, but if I had a family, I would take my family to where we feel comfortable. I don't want my family to experience racism and discrimination and stuff like that. So where my money might not be good, I'm gonna take my money to where it's good, and my money is good with the foreigners. Now with the poor situation, that hey man, you still looking for construction jobs? I don't know, man. Like I don't compete with foreigners. Even as a hairstylist, I made sure I worked at high-end salons where you had to speak proper English to the clients because the clients didn't want their hair done by somebody that didn't want to speak English. You know, I went where they discriminate against immigrants, man. Just to say it bluntly. And in the South, they discriminate against immigrants. They hiring convicts. They hiring people like the chain gang. They hiring white girls with tattoos on their necks. They not hiring no immigrants down here, man, because they just don't like immigrants. They put poor Americans above immigrants in the South. You know, whereas though up north, they value cheap immigrant labor, and they will tell Black Americans and white Americans that we're not hiring because they want to hire people they can abuse. They want to hire people with no rights. They want to hire people facing deportation. They don't want to hire us with all our freedoms and all our rights and our ability to call the police on them in the Better Business Bureau in the sue, you know, for workers' comp and all that. They don't want to hire us for that. But in the South, they don't play that. They hiring Americans down South. They're not hiring immigrants. So a lot of your complaints isn't a white issue, it's a Democrat issue. Because the red states hiring Americans, man.
Okay. Anybody got a rebuttal to Johnny?
Yes, I do.
I got to repeat it.
And I'll just say real quickly, I'm in the South too. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Plus, I was born in Palatka, Florida. I lived in Tampa, Florida. I've been in Florida all my life, and I got a daughter and a son that's in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? I got another daughter that's in Miami. I know what's going on throughout my state, and they is not hiring like that until after everybody got ghost. Once Trump put ice on the streets, that's when people started falling back because they was immigrants that was illegally holding down jobs, and it was taking up jobs from other people. I just seen a crew that came here, and I could go outside and show you the new development, housing development that they just got their road and stuff paved. They ain't even started building the foundations to these houses yet, and the whole entire crew was Black except the boss. And that only happened after these people got ghosts and got off of these jobs they weren't certified for.
Rebuttal?
No, I think that was his rebuttal to me, right?
Right. Please don't
Honestly,
come off, Mike. Go ahead, Johnny.
honestly, I wasn't including that because my experience with Florida, I've been to Florida 5 times. Florida isn't the South. I was speaking of the Bible Belt, you know, as in the Bible Belt, my experience with Florida is totally different. I had a totally different experience in Florida. South Florida, I was told that I wasn't welcome. I wasn't liked, really. I was more comfortable in Tampa. You know, so Tampa, I saw a lot of my people, but I understand what you're saying in Florida. I've been to Florida several times. It's different in Florida. Florida isn't Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and all that. It's different. What I'm talking about is the South, North Carolina. They hiring Americans, poor Americans. Now, you're right about Florida. I've been to Florida. So, yeah, you're right. I wasn't including Florida in the South because my experiences in Florida was that Florida wasn't the South. But I do got love for Florida. However, I do go to Florida to party.
Okay,
and
let
the
no claim.
immigrants,
You got another rebuttal.
I'm gonna land it. I do go to Florida and party, and the immigrants look out in Florida. You know, I love the Dominicans and the dark skin, you know, all the immigrants in Florida pulling up. Like, you know, so, hey, it is what it is.
Terry, go ahead with your rebuttal.
Bro, you talking about Florida, bro. Down south in Orlando, they getting deported. All of them getting deported. It's on the news right now. And you talking about immigrants immigrants doing better for us. Nigga, they're not doing better for us, bro. You just heard the dude, my partner from Florida, he spoke full Spanish to him. He didn't want to hire him. Down in Miami, you have to speak Spanish in order to have a job. That's the problem. They're not hiring us, bro. They discriminate us. They discriminate against us 24/7. And you saw them two. You can't even go into Spanish restaurants. They kicked 2 Black women out the restaurant for discrimination. That's a problem. So you talking about you love them? We don't love them, bro. And hey, if you love them so much, you go to the country and stay there. I'll land right there.
No, man, like I said,
Hey, can I add on
Hold
something?
on.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, hold on, y'all. No, please. Come on. We only doing up to 2 rebuttals, and we gonna move you next, Black Freedman. Go ahead, Johnny. Respond
like
so we can move on.
like I said, I've been to Florida. I seen what you're talking about, and what you're talking about is facts. If I had to live in Florida, I probably would live in Tampa, in that little area outside of Tampa where the Black people are by the mall and all that. I forgot. It's not Bradenton. Is it Bradenton? Something like that. But I know where the Black people are in Florida, so I know what you're talking about. And I've been down there to Hollywood, Florida, and I know the smoke you're talking about. However, I thought Florida wasn't the South because Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and all that, Negroes and white folks pretty much are the main situation in the South that I was referring to. Florida is totally different. However, if I wanted to fly to West Palm and party a little bit and have a date, immigrants probably going to show up, high quality immigrants in Florida, to party with. That's
You
what I
mean
was
the high
talking about.
quality immigrants getting on welfare? You mean like those type of high quality
Okay,
immigrants
thank you
that you're
for
talking about?
coming up, Terry. Come
Thank
on now. We can't be cutting each other off like that. Like, land your plane, Johnny.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, like, I ain't mean to put it like I ain't competing with them. I empathize. Like, I'm not competing with them, but for that service that I'm looking for, the immigrants provide that service when I go party in Florida.
But Johnny,
So
you keep talking about clothes, partying, hairdos. What about the real things that matter? What about, like, you know what I mean? Like, you heard the man saying he couldn't get hired. Or
okay,
you,
I didn't want
but
to.
you just worried about let's see, what do you call it? Your necessities. You don't want to lose like your Asian food, your ballroom dance partners, your blue jeans, right?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, love. But this is my pushback on that, and I didn't say that to the brothers because I didn't want to sound like I was being disrespectful. Man, you need to go to school and learn some math and do some STEM. Stop competing with foreigners for them poor ass jobs, man. We've been here hundreds of years, dude. Yeah, we ain't doing construction no more, man. We ain't working at McDonald's no more, man. I'm sorry, dude. Ain't nobody sympathizing for y'all, man. You should have went to school. You should have went to the military. I'm sorry. You competing with foreigners, that's your fault. Why is you trying to pick oranges against Haitians? Like, that's your fault, dude. You should have went to school
I
and,
haven't
and,
heard
and, you know
nobody
and
say
got
they
and got a
want to pick
career.
no oranges.
Can I have
I'm
I
just
got a rebuttal?
saying,
Can I
Go
you
speak?
shouldn't be
ahead, Bo
competing with
Right.
foreigners, man. I land my
That's
plane.
the type of thinking that destroyed us in the first place, man. There's some that's what I'm trying to explain. Like capitalism, there's nothing wrong with capitalism, but there's something wrong with crony capitalism. That's when you're able to turn on your people for a service because you don't want to lose that service. You're ready to break ties with your people for an Asian massage. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Construction is not honestly, I think the only job that ain't gonna be taken by AI is construction right now. So that is not a small job. That is not a job. And not everybody's supposed to go to school. Not everybody's supposed to be a scholar. Some people need to work with their hands and just need to be taught how to make money with their hands. That's it, bro. It's not, I mean,
Everybody can't be a
I don't
bum
understand
neither.
the mental
Everybody can't be a
mindset.
bum. Why is it okay not to have an education? Why is it okay to be a bum? Why is it okay to
Hey,
compete with
let me ask you a
immigrants?
question.
That ain't okay neither.
Let me ask you a question. If you got a doctor's degree, but you ain't got nobody to build the fucking hospital, what you gonna do?
Yeah, you're gonna go where the hospitals are being built, okay? Yeah, and with the construction,
I
that's them
said
folks'
nobody.
construction company.
I said
Yeah, you
nobody there to
go.
build a hospital.
Yeah, you
You
go
have
where you're
nobody
needed. You
around
go
to
where
build a
hospitals are
hospital, but
being
you a
built.
doctor. What you gonna do
You
with it?
go. You
You got
go where
nobody there.
hospitals
You got
are being
nobody there to
built.
fix your electrical. You not have nobody there to fix your electrical when your hospital goes out. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do?
Yeah, yeah. You hire. You
Yeah, you need those
outsource.
people. You need an electrician, right? Yeah. That
Yeah,
electrician doesn't have to go
electrician
to
is a
school.
trade.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
electrician is a
he could
trade.
become an electrician right out of high school.
Yeah,
He
and
don't
that's
have to
Hey,
go
okay.
to
bro,
college.
That's
You
a
see what I'm
trade.
saying?
That's a trade. You
bro,
need a
we can all
license to be an
jump in
But
real
you got
electrician.
to
quick.
start when you're young,
Yeah,
so
you
you got
need
to
a
have an
license for
Open
that.
opportunity
right
to get
now.
it. No, you
Yeah,
don't.
that's
No, you
called
don't. So no,
school.
pause. You don't need a
It ain't no
license
Paul.
to
You need a
It's
start.
license to
You
open.
be
don't
an
need a license
electrician.
to start
Okay.
and work and learn how to be an
No, why
So
not
electrician.
get a
It
listen,
takes
license though? Why
time.
not
You
go to
don't
hey,
have
school to
but
to
get a
go.
listen,
license? Why
on
not
top
go
of
to
that,
school to
bro,
get a license,
I
dude?
got
You ain't hear
degrees.
me,
I
bro.
can speak two
Yeah, you don't
different
want to go to
languages.
school,
Hold on.
but
I got
school ain't
degrees.
cool.
I can speak two different languages. I've got a degree in hospitality as well, plus certificates in security, certificates from a school I graduated from for IT, and
Uh
then
huh.
other things that I have talents
And you
for,
can't get a job.
no, I didn't say I couldn't get a job. I was telling you about things that made it harder for me to get a
Yeah,
job
you got to
in
travel, man.
wait, listen to me, in different times in my life. And I've been in different places. I'm a native Floridian. I lived in Georgia, in Athens, and as well as Atlanta. I've also lived in New Jersey. I've lived in Pennsylvania. I've lived in Michigan. So don't tell me I got to travel. I got cousins in California. Don't tell me about travel,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah. So yeah, you all right. You
And I
sound like you
lived
all
in
How
right.
and I
about
lived in
going?
Hey, hey,
Wait a
Texas.
minute, and
hey, Johnny.
we're not
You don't
talking
sound like you
about going,
hurting, bro.
and we're not talking about going to
My
jobs and
people hurt me.
being
Because they're
overqualified.
lazy and they tired and they don't
No,
want to go to
Johnny,
school
did you
and
hear
learn
what
You
I just
math,
general, you
said?
dude.
Johnny,
generalizing everybody, man. That
Yeah,
ain't
Johnny.
good.
you saying my people. I'm talking about the people
Oh
that don't want to
Lord.
go to school,
Hey
that
man,
don't
look,
want to go
listen
to the
to me.
military, that don't want to
Listen
go
to
to
me, Johnny.
college. Go out
Listen
there and
to me,
learn a
John.
trade, or you're gonna find
Johnny,
yourself
Hey, Johnny,
competing with
listen
foreigners
to
at
me.
the
He
dump.
Johnny,
just pissed on all the trades. Talk about it. Don't
Hey,
make no
Nah,
Johnny,
sense.
man,
I
All
ain't
these
I'm
selling
in
things
I'm
come
in
trades,
from.
bro.
And
southeast.
when I
I'm
That's
in
what
was
I
I
in
was
ain't
South
trying to
selling
East.
tell
California,
him.
I'm
trades,
I'm
in
in
the
bro.
South.
South
Bro,
when I
That's
was
what
in
I'm
imagine
talking
Belgium,
my
about.
making
You
goals
ain't
when
heard
I
me
make
say
was.
it.
over $85,000 a
I'm talking
year.
about going. I'm talking about going to the construction site trying to sweep bricks. I ain't talking about the ones that require state
It don't
license.
matter.
Foreigners can't
Job
get
Hey,
is a
state
man,
job. Job
licenses.
is a
Don't
job.
matter, bro. You get the job and
A
then you
Nah,
job
the
work
is
your
a
way
license
up to
job.
does
the
matter.
license,
That's why it
bro.
requires a
No, you get the
license.
job and you work your way up to the
No, a
license. You don't even
license
know
is
how it
required
goes.
for
You
certain
don't even know
jobs. You
how it
get the
goes. I have
license
the
first.
license. I have the
hey,
You get the
license already.
license
You get the
first.
job and
most
you work
people
hey,
your
what
that
way up
about
work
to the
ice
on
cream?
license.
Oh
What
man,
about the ice
You
oh
cream?
sound
that's
like a
cheating.
fool,
How she
bro.
get the win like that? Nah,
what most
see, I'm
Johnny,
complaining that.
Go get
Like,
your
how
ice
Johnny,
she get the
cream.
most
win?
people, Johnny,
There it
most
is.
people that work on houses usually is passed on by person, somebody in the family. The grandfather may have done painting or, done some kind of
Who
electrical
outside?
work and teach it to them. So a lot of
Yes,
times
man.
that stuff is passed
Nah,
down,
go
so
out there
they'll
with him,
learn it
man.
from a family member and then they'll
What's
continue
up,
on to
Papa?
go get the license.
Yeah, but we American, we need to go to school and get licenses. See, as
Did
a
you hear what
hairstyle,
I just said?
I
I
understand.
said
I
they
understand what you're
go,
Yeah, he
saying.
ain't
Yeah,
gonna hear you.
yeah,
He ain't gonna
yeah,
hear you
people
because
do hair without
you work,
licenses
and then
too.
you work your way up
People do
to
no,
get the
no. Go to
license,
school and
bro.
get
right.
the reason why
No,
you
you
go to
work your
school and
way
get the
up to get the
license.
license. You don't go to school to get the license, bro. Let me tell you something. I work
Okay, you
circles
do
around motherfuckers
apprenticeship.
that go
Okay,
to
you did
school.
apprenticeship,
I
but you
work.
get the
No, I didn't
license,
do
man.
apprenticeship. I didn't do apprenticeship,
But
and
you
I have
bought the
my license.
license.
I
How you get
worked
the
my
license?
way to get the license, bro. I worked with a
Okay, you
mentor.
got the
He taught me
license
how to
though. Is
get the
what I'm
license.
saying.
But hold on, how did I get the license? I had to find a what?
You can go to school and
A
get the license,
job,
dude.
bro. Shut
No, you can go
up.
to
Come
school to
on.
get the license. They got schools
I
for that.
work circles around those
You
motherfuckers. They don't
chose
get
to do
hired.
that,
Y'all,
right?
They don't
we
get
gotta
hired,
move
bro.
No, you
on.
They
chose
don't
to
get
do that.
hired. I work
You
circles
chose
around
to
them
do
because I
that.
work my way. No,
You
no, no,
chose.
no. You ain't hear me. You ain't hear me. I
We
work
know this.
circles around people
Okay,
that go
y'all.
to school and get.
All right, thank you both, right, y'all. We got to move on to Black Friedman. He been waiting. Go ahead, Black Friedman. You want to address the prompt? Just say if there's helping or harming, and you can get into your spiel.
Well, it's harmonious. Like I was saying before, I'm in southeast. I'm in the southeast area of the South. I'm in Texas and Louisiana, and they are dominating the workforce right now. Now I know Johnny was talking about construction, this and that, but these construction jobs are high paying construction jobs right now. This is in the oil and gas industry. Also for electricians, also for electricians, because the electricians, the pipe fitters, the welders, the civil hands, the carpenters, all these positions are paying top dollar right now. And
Yes,
these
sir.
people are very discriminatory towards us right now. This is why I keep saying there's no brown and black coalition. Because like I said, in my supervisor experience, I've hired multiple people, including my own people, and I don't see it in return. You see what I'm saying? And also, people with degrees coming from Michigan, all over this country, is coming down to the South right now to work because the degrees that they have is not paying what these construction jobs are paying, my man. You see what I'm saying? So it's not what you think it is. It's not no BS construction jobs. These are jobs that take certifications, project managers, CWI inspectors, NACE inspectors. All these positions pay 6, 7 figures, my man. You see what I'm saying? And right now, it's right. We are competing with them, but at the same time, they're not giving us an opportunity to get on these jobs. This is why I say these people are acting just like the white tea people right now. And I'm gonna land my plane.
I got a rebuttal.
I add to that.
I got a rebuttal. Love, you there? Host, I mean mod.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I had to do something real quick. My apologies. Who had the rebuttal?
I had a rebuttal and boat right. Me and boat right.
Okay. Who said it? Well, go ahead, John. No, vote right. Vote right first, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. I just wanted. Was it Black Freeman? I can barely see your name. Sorry about that, bro. Can I ask
Oh,
you a
you're all right.
question?
Yeah, go ahead, my man.
All right, quick question. If you're a supervisor for a construction company and say you know somebody that's been working electrical field, you know them for 10 years, you got a little man that's coming up, he signs the papers to get his electrician license, and a guy comes down from Detroit from school with his electrician license. Who you gonna hire first?
I'm gonna hire the journeyman before I hire the apprentice.
Why? Because you know the man that's been doing good work. You know he does good work because he's with him. It's all about relations, and if you can really do the job, that schooling.
Now, now,
Trust me,
if, now, now, hold up. Now, if I know the
yeah,
guy, and he has a son, or he has a nephew or a cousin that needs a job, and
yeah.
he's putting his word on it, I'm gonna bring him in.
There you go. That's all it's about. Just putting your foot down and grinding for a little bit. And they pay good. Listen, electricians, plumbers, don't listen to this, man. Listen, they pay good money. You can make a good living and you'll never be broke. You
Man,
will
I'm working.
never be broke,
I'm
bro.
listen to him. I'm on a project in Louisiana right now. They got
Yeah,
3 more projects coming up right now, and these jobs are gonna be picking up 15 to 14,000 people right now. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So and the killing part about it is that Louisiana is predominantly damn near black, right? But you got foreigners from all over the world working in place of them.
yeah.
They're not
I know
giving
what you're talking. Yeah.
they're not giving our young men opportunities to work, man. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
hold. Okay,
Yes, I got
okay,
you.
hold on, y'all. Revolutionary. Thank you for coming up. I'm gonna rotate you down. You can come back up. Okay, Johnny, go ahead before you. I mean, no. Well, I guess y'all just had a back and forth, Black Freedman.
Can
So,
I
yeah,
can I
you
say
out.
something,
You,
love?
yeah, you next. You next, Ryan. Hold on one second. I'm going quick as I can. Go ahead, Johnny, with your final say.
Oh, say my only pushback to
I
that,
mean,
bro,
with
is
your
that
rebuttal.
what you guys were talking about was based on if you know him and if you know him, and then you're talking about basically like favor and nepotism. So you're dealing with an industry that's based on favor and nepotism, but you don't have you right now. You don't have the leverage. The foreigners got the leverage. However, I'm not against y'all, bro, on that level, like false construction and all that. But the prompt says immigrants, not black immigrants, not poor immigrants. So I'm not in it. I do hair. So I know I have a senior cosmetology license. I can open up a shop and hire all no. I'm the only one that need a license. I can have them in there doing hair for tips. So I know how to. I know the game. I know how it is. However, when you start coming for our foreigners, from other industries, okay, some of them do treat us well. All of them ain't petty. Some of those small hats that have record studios that gave out them record deals are immigrants. So many people got record deals from immigrants, man. Some people open salons and open fashion stores and all this. So to put all immigrants under the umbrella, that's an issue because there are immigrants that have treated us very well throughout the decades and
Okay,
got us where we are today.
thank you. Shout out to you, Johnny. Johnny, and shout out to Johnny Fashion and his hairdos and stuff. Go ahead. Final say so we can move around. Black Freedman.
Oh, I'm not against all immigrants. You right about that. I mean, I'm with you on some of that, but the thing is, they don't stand with us when it's time to correct their own. You see what I'm saying? And that's the issue that I have.
All
And I'm
right,
laying
thank
the
you,
plane
Black
on that.
Freedman. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? Thanks for your patience.
All right. Hey, love.
Are you Black American?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm from
All right.
Chicago. I'm in the Midwest.
Okay, can you talk into your mic some for me? Your
Yeah, can you hear
connection
me
was.
now?
Yeah, you got a lot of background noise though.
Yeah, I'm driving. I wanted to say, so Johnny has a point, and the other gentleman with the business has a point, but you can't deny what you see going on in front of you. There is Latinos, especially, are doing full stage practices of racism against black people, and I personally experienced that. And with that being said, like, we can't just keep acting, playing the game fair when everybody else is just cheating us. You know, like,
Wait, did you
you
address the
can't.
prompt?
Oh, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm sorry. I can't see it. It's so
How
small
are
for me.
immigrants helping or harming the Black American community?
I have to say, how are they helping? It might bring a little bit more diversity, bring in a little bit more, different ideas. But I think right now they're hurting more than they're helping because they also bring the bad things with them. And my most important point, aware enough, is that a lot of them are bringing anti-black ideologies with them, which favors the white tea people that we're dealing with right now in our own country. That's why you see a lot of times these Latinos or even Asians and Arabs, and they side with the white tea people on anti-black ideologies. And it's not, it might be because of indoctrination through TV and other things like that, but we can't just keep playing nice anymore. I hear Johnny saying, it's not all of them, but like my brother Muhammad Ali said, just because it's 100 good ones, man, I can't open up the door for, the rest of them. They doing damage. Look, I go through the city of Chicago, I see more homeless young people than anything right now. I'm talking about kids in their 20s, early 20s, walking the streets homeless. I'm 51 years old. That is not normal. I don't see homeless Latinos. If I do see one, he's probably an elderly man. He's lived his life. I'm seeing our children walk the street homeless. So me saying that, I don't care about what they got going on. I'm for my people first. Yeah, that might be true. It's not all of them, but right now I'm gonna act accordingly until I get my family right. We have been sacrificing our family for I don't know how long to the benefit of other people. And we don't get reciprocation well enough. Like these people are over here for the simple fact of our people fighting for them. And then they come over to the country and damn near spit in our face. You got a Latino cop going on rage baiting, talking about how she likes torturing black people. And like, when have you seen a black cop do that, get caught doing that? All these people have these ideas about black people in the worst way.
Okay, hold on.
And they try to say, well, it's everybody.
Yeah, land your plane, Ron.
Yes, ma'am. I land with that.
Oh,
I land
okay,
with that,
but
sweetheart.
all right, Chris,
Yes, ma'am.
can you share your point of view? Can you answer the prompt again, since we got new people on the panel and you are up here with a different view? Maybe somebody can. I don't know if we'll ever be able to change your mind, but can you answer the prompt? How are immigrants helping or harming the Black American community?
Well, you know that I'm from New York, so there's many industries where black people and Latin people get along and they work together. Me particularly, I was in the music industry, still am in it, but music industry heavy, and we always collaborated with the Latin community when it came to music and stuff like entertainment. That's why you have like the John Leguizamos and the J-Los and them kind of people and stuff, because we always collaborate with them. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying to y'all is, this is America. Y'all know where y'all at, and you know the nature of the beast that rules over all of this. What I'm saying to you is, Black America, even though the accomplishments can't be denied, we already know how strong Black America is. We already know that. I just said earlier, Jay-Z, as much as he accomplished, made a song called Still a Ninja. He was telling us something. He's like, yo, it don't matter how big you get here in America, you're seen as this ninja.
But other than skin color, Christopher, what do immigrants have in common with Black Americans? And like I told you last time, Christopher, it still amazes me every time you come up and your Caribbean parents left you for unalive, and a Black American family adopted you. I don't see how you don't understand. How do you fight for immigrants so much every day?
No, I'm not fighting for immigrants. See, host.
But no, what you do is, hold on, Chris. What you do is, you say you think we should all be flat black, right?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, well, what's your perspective? Because I hear the same thing. I mean,
Like
you
I
know
said
what I mean?
earlier, those who share the ideology, right? First of all, what's the ultimate goal? Where have the minds agreed to an ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal? I hear
Of
people saying
what? Of what?
of Black America.
To delineate and separate ourselves apart for set asides, everything our ancestors fought for. I think people from the Caribbean should fight for whatever set asides they want, whatever they want to do. But so that's the problem. You know what I mean? Immigrants, they don't want to delineate. Do you have a problem with delineation?
Well, I've never been anybody but myself. I don't have to delineate because I was just always myself. I never tried to be like anybody else.
It ain't about being like nobody else, Chris. It's about the civil rights movement melanated immigrants have benefited from. It's about a lot of things.
Well, what would I be delineating from? I'm not American.
I thought you was adopted by Black Americans.
Yeah, but my lineage host
What?
being an American is nearly. It's just I'm a U.S. citizen.
So how can you be? How can you be? That's what confuses me. You say you was adopted by Black Americans at
Yes.
birth, like when you was a infant, a
Like
baby.
5 months old.
How can you say you not? I mean, how can you? I'm lost here.
Here's what I'm saying.
How can you switch? Because you said you found out you was adopted at 45 years old. Now you a whole grown man. You've been raised with Black
No,
American
that's not the
culture.
story, host. That's not the
But no,
story.
I'm saying now you're a whole grown man. How do you go back into that Caribbean heritage like that? I don't understand.
I don't have. Listen, I didn't grow up in Caribbean culture. I grew up in New
Yeah,
York.
but now you I haven't heard you agree with a Black American yet.
No, I mean, host, are you hearing what I'm saying to you?
Can you help me?
I'm saying is I got a whole different way I look at things, as you know. What I'm saying to you is we're in the ring with Mike Tyson and we keep swinging at mosquitoes. That's what I'm saying. So you got a power structure here in the United States. When the immigrants come here, they plug into the power structure, which is provided by the system. So the system, the same system that you are saying is mistreating you and not showing you the equal rights as people that are coming overseas, this same system, people plug into it and they get power. I do a live where I'm asking, well, who gives immigrants power? Who gives the immigrants socio-economic power in the US? Who grants them that power? Who has the power to grant them that power? That's what I'm saying. We in the ring with Mike Tyson and we keep swinging at mosquitoes. And Mike Tyson is swinging on us.
So you
So when I
so
say
you consider the fight against immigration. Do you support immigration or do you support immigration?
I don't support immigration that goes against black people. No, I don't. If you're an immigrant and you understand, if you're not gonna rock with black people, don't rock against black people.
But you know the
That's what I tell.
majority of them don't though, right?
Well, I'm not. Listen, I think that's all regional. I don't know most immigrants. I know there's over 60 million immigrants here. I'm talking about Latin people. A lot of Latin people are immigrants. So I know there's at least 60 million of them here. They outnumber us. So I'm saying, whatever, I don't know 60 million people to say that every last one of them or
So
most
you
of them.
want to do that? So now you gotta know all 60 million. Okay. Can anybody help me understand what's going on here?
Okay,
I
so
think
the question, hold on one second. So hold on one second. So Christopher,
Yes, ma'am.
your allegiance, where does your allegiance lie? Do you align with Black Americans or do you align with immigrants like because I know that you were adopted and you've probably done your genealogy and all that stuff, but where's your allegiance? Because to us it sounds like your allegiance is to immigrants.
I know that's what it sounds like. My allegiance is to black people. Black America has always been my allegiance. Because I was raised by a black family. I got a family reunion this year. I've been going to family reunions for over 40 years. And my people don't play about me. I'm their nephew. I'm their cousin. I'm their son.
I know, but do you understand? So basically, what we're trying to where we're trying to gauge you to find out where your mindset is, as far as do you actually feel and understand where we're coming from with this immigration, with these immigrants, and how it's actually affecting Black communities and Black people, and affecting what we've worked so hard for. Well, with you being raised by Black Americans, I honestly, I can't speak for you, but I can only say if I were in that position, I would align more with the Black Americans, only because that's who raised you and that's how you grew up, Black American. So even though you're not, we do understand that, but you should understand our plight and what we're trying to explain to you. That's where the confusion is coming from.
Yo, my pops is 93 years old. Still alive. My mom's passed a while ago, 10 years ago. My whole life, my fight has been for Black America. That's not changed. I know what y'all hearing me saying, but y'all not really listening to me. Y'all hearing my voice, but y'all not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying for
Oh,
Black
I've
people
been
to,
listening deeply since I
but I,
ever
no,
met you.
I don't think you comprehend what I'm saying because in your mind, I'm speaking.
Because it's confusing
Well,
because
let me
you
offer
you
clarity.
you think you've said how do you feel about FBA?
Well, the identity is fine. The FBA identity is fine. If that's, I don't care what people call themselves, man. You could
Okay.
call yourself you could call yourself whatever you want. I have no problem with that. The only thing I don't like is black people online disrespecting each other in front of white people. That's the one thing, only complaint I. If you have beef, if Black America, if y'all HATE Africans, don't talk to them. Africans, if you hate Black Americans,
HATE. I love
excuse me,
TikTok shop.
my bad, y'all. If that's the way you feel, then just stop talking to each other. I tell people in my house, yo, if you come to my house, you ain't got to clean up, just don't mess up. So if y'all don't like each other, just stop. You can't even agree to just stop beefing with each
So
other.
if
Just
you say
go to your corner.
if you say we don't like them, then why should we want them in our country, whether they melanated or not?
Because I don't understand how 2.8 million Africans can defeat 45 to 50 million
What do
Black
you mean
Americans.
defeat? What do you mean defeat?
Well, this hear me out. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Africans are not the power structure here in America. Neither or most of these immigrants
But
you're
it's
talking.
not, we not, but nobody's singling out Africans. Why? That's what you keep saying. That's what Africans keep saying. We talking about immigration as a whole. You see that prompt? It got every single, it got white, Asian, Latino, Arabic, and black. It's all those groups. The same thing. An immigrant is an immigrant.
Yeah, but I'm saying most Europeans are immigrants. Most of the white people.
That's what I'm saying. You see them up there.
So here's
You
what I'm
see them
saying.
on the prompt too. That's what I'm saying. You can't
So here's
just
what I'm saying.
don't just talk about melanated immigrants. It's immigration as a whole.
Well, ma'am, I'm trying to tell you, the black community's always been my focus. I'm not really worried about other communities. I'm not. I don't even think about other communities like that.
Well, then don't. I'm just letting you know. Please don't single out Africans because nobody's singling out Africans.
And, okay. Anyway, y'all, I was born in Brooklyn. For those who don't know, I was raised in America. I never even been to Jamaica or Trinidad. My birth father's Trinidadian, my birth mother's Jamaican, and I didn't find that out till 9 years ago through a DNA test. I didn't even know I was Caribbean until 9 years ago, and I'm 55. Turned 55 2 days ago. All right. So all my life,
Happy
I grew up
birthday,
off
bro.
of. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let's get to the next person.
Excuse me. I grew.
Because I was shocked you didn't have a rebuttal for all these people. All these people been saying contrary things. I was so shocked you were so quiet. But you can sit back and listen because I would love for you to share your real perspective because I already know it. American know it. The day ones in here know your perspective. But it's like a panel full of black men. I thought this would be a good opportunity for them to probably try to help you understand because you don't think you just don't see how what you say the 6 million people is affecting black Americans and that's only the African group you counting. What about the whole all the groups combined? That's a lot of immigrants. Go ahead, show enough. Hey,
Oh, what's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna address the prompt first.
okay.
Are immigrants helping or harming? I mean, it go hand in hand to me, really. I mean, but when it come to taking jobs, like that's harming. But yeah, what I really wanted to talk about though was the cat Johnny that was up here, and the hairdresser, that was talking about you got to go to school and you can't be a construction worker and all of that.
He
Um,
young.
I know, but that's why I wanted to come up here. But I did want to enlighten people that's watching your live. Don't listen to them unintelligent people that get up here and just say anything because you have to go to school to be a tradesman, and I'm a tradesman, and I had to go to school for 3 years, and I'm not trying to bring all that up or nothing like that. But he also lied about the South not having immigrants because it's flooded with Mexicans in Georgia. It's flooded with Mexicans. I don't know what they be talking about. They be getting up here lying. I guess it's entertaining to lie. I land my plane.
Okay.
And also too, I'm sorry. And also
So,
too in Michigan, we got
well, thank
all
you for
those
coming up, Shona.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I was about to say too, in Michigan too, all them Polish people and all those, you got the small hats there too in the communities too there in Southfield, the little small hat community there. We got a lot of immigrants coming in too. It wasn't like that before. Not as bad.
Yeah, I heard last night it's a bunch of all kind of people on the east side of Detroit now.
YTs riding through neighborhoods that you would never see them before. It's crazy. I don't know.
Okay, hey, Wise, how you doing?
I'm great.
What's your
How are you?
ethnicity? I'm doing good.
I'm black.
Black American.
Of course. Born
All
and
right.
raised in New York City, just like my boy Chris.
Mm.
All right.
Can you answer the prompt?
Sure. How are immigrants helping or harming the community, the black community? I would say historically, man, they've helped us out a lot. You understand what I'm saying? Are there some bad apples in there? Of course. There's always going to be good and bad people mixed in with every group. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some things that are not favorable to our communities that they bring, and some things that are favorable to our communities. It's not a hard thing, you know. I mean, we got to see everything for what it really is, you know. Uh, when it comes down to it, I'm just going to start with this, man. I'm here for the destruction of YT supremacy. You know what I mean? I'm a soldier on the front lines against misinformation and hypocrisy. That's my favorite line to say. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like Chris was saying, you know, you out here swatting at gnats and you ignoring the real problem. Like he was trying to put his point across to you was who's giving these immigrants the power to do what they doing? Who's giving them these jobs? You understand what I'm saying? Who's pitting them against our people? They're not coming here with hate in their heart automatically. They coming here to do
It's
what they.
HATE. HATE. I love TikTok
Okay,
shop. You gotta
okay,
spell
okay.
that.
They ain't coming here with that in their heart. You see what I'm saying? They coming here to
You
make
don't
money
think
and
they
do better
coming
for
with
their
anti-black?
families.
Hold on.
Of course.
You saying they
Of
don't come
course.
here? You said they don't come here with HATE in their heart, right?
Right. That's what I
Oh, you
said.
you, don't- you so you really?
Now
Okay, hold on. Let
let
me
me
say something
elaborate a
real
little
quick.
bit more.
Full circle.
Before you
Full
cut me
circle.
off,
Wait, hold on. Full circle. Anybody who don't have at least 300 followers, and I know you. You can have less if I know you, but I'm not accepting no more people with less than 300 followers because people are coming up here putting images on my screen that can get me restricted. So I'm not taking that chance anymore. I'll give you a few extra seconds, wise guy. Go ahead.
all right, do they how about anti-black sentiments? Of course. A lot of groups do. You know what I'm saying? But that is the we got to look at the cause of these things. What's the cause and why do they have these feelings? Because of the big Mike Tyson, like he was saying, because of YT supremacy.
Okay,
A
land your
lot of these
plane.
countries, I didn't even get but a minute, but all right. But you know, a lot of white supremacy. These people come from places that were colonized and imperialized by white supremacy, and they have white supremacist views because that's what was placed inside them. We have white supremacists in our own communities, in the black community, and I don't want people to fall for the oldest tactic in
Okay,
history,
land your
which is
plane.
divided. I am. I'm gonna give you one more sentence. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Divide and conquer has been keeping neighbors fighting each other since the beginning of time. And the same thing we doing right now is dividing each other up, delineating, trying to make
Okay, you
even
ready to
smaller
land your
groups.
plane?
Yes.
Anybody have a rebuttal for Wise G?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Revolutionary.
All right,
Revolution.
you say you don't see the harm, and we've gotten all kinds of benefits for immigrants being here, but then you also said that they have what anti-black sentiments or whatever the case is, but they don't come here with no HATE in their heart. Well, how can you say a white supremacist person comes here with no hate in their heart towards our people when they can't stand our people and call our people the N-word every chance they get and talk dirty behind our back, won't give us no jobs, will lie on us to get us fired so they can get their cousin hired or whoever else they know hired. And this is the type of sabotage that we go through with all kinds of immigrants, not just Hispanics, not just the white ones, not just the Africans, but all of them do it, and all of them are basically in league with the YT in order to be the buffer class to keep us down. And in 1953, AAI came up with the African American Institute, founded in 1953, and they had it was a connection between the United States and Africa by investing heavily in human resources, education, and development. And they paid for schools, scholarships, tuition, spending, funds, travel. They gave them cars. They bought them houses. They put them up in everywhere they had to go, including cross country shops, whatever, for vocational training and things like that. And all of that came out of our tax dollars, and they set them up to win with houses and everything before they even got out of college. And they had Irish school, over 230 universities in the United States, including Ivy League, agreed to waive tuition because of the benefits they'll get from the rollbacks and kickbacks from the people in the government helping them out. That's how they destroying us. And they're here to replace us, erase us the same way that they use the Siberians to erase us and say that no Indians existed no more and we right here.
All right, final say, YSG.
Again, everybody says they gave them this, they did that, they have enabled them. Who is they? That's your enemy.
I was just reading it
That's
to
your
you.
enemy,
I was
man.
just reading it.
That's
right,
the person
but we
you
gotta
need to
stop.
concentrate on.
Okay, but we have to take the
swinging
weapons out of the enemy
Listen, it's
hands.
his final say. It's his final say. Go ahead, YSG.
You're swinging at gnats and you ignoring the real problem here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say. We all got to understand that we will be stronger together. Do we have to agree on everything? No, we don't. But we do have to gain some power. And right now in America, black people, we don't have that much power. We don't even have the power to get the things that we want in our own communities. And until we have some type of power, we're going to need help, because together we're stronger. And once we start dividing each other up more and more into smaller and smaller groups, we ain't going to have, that's less power than we're going to have
All right, thank you. When
in the
have
long
we
run.
ever been together? Why haven't we been together in large numbers, noticeable numbers? Where has the unity been?
We have been together.
Where?
I mean,
No.
during
When
the
we talking
civil
about New
rights,
York, we talking about all
I'm
50
talking
states.
about during the civil rights movement.
Thank you,
the
Chris,
League
for
of
coming up. I'm gonna rotate you down.
They had the League of Latin American Citizens. They had the Mexican American League. They had Unidos USA. They had the United Farm Workers.
Hey
They had
man,
Latino
those
Justice.
leagues was
They
for
had
their own.
American GL Foremen. They had Southwest Voter Registration. It had so many different groups that actually worked with the Panthers during the
Okay,
civil
hold on.
rights
Let
movement.
somebody hold on. Y'all know what? I think this conversation needs to be a little further. Boat right, thank you for coming up. I'm gonna rotate you down. You can always come back up. You can get right back in there. Because y'all, go ahead. Y'all can have this discussion. Open panel.
Yeah, the things that you're saying, man, you really sound like you're an immigrant because you talk about we'll be stronger, more united together.
Man, I
But you
was
got
born and
people. Wait,
raised here
wait,
my
hold
whole
on. You
life.
got people. You got people that are ready to stab you in the back. That you thinking that you're going to be a better team with. They will let the submarine go down just as long as you don't come up, and then, even if it costs them something,
And
because
just
they
because
rather
you was
feast
born
them.
here don't mean you a Black
Thank
American
you.
descendant of child
Yeah.
of slavery.
Yep.
My
Exactly.
grandmother's from North Carolina,
And so
and
that's
we
the way it
Everybody
black.
from
goes.
North
My
Carolina.
grandmother, my great grandmothers was slaves.
Okay,
You
but what are
understand what
your
I'm
That
saying?
don't
Don't
have
tell
parents?
nothing
me
to
I
do
ain't
If you
with
black.
it.
weren't here
You ain't
before
gonna question my
1870,
blackness. You ain't
you're
gonna
not a
question
black
my
American.
blackness. My family
Nobody
You
was
got
asked you a
slaves.
you got
If
question.
if
I
you
said
weren't
open.
on those, if your ancestors weren't on them cotton fields, or if your
and
ancestors
that's
weren't
what I
here
said a little while
before
ago. I
They
told you was
were.
an
1870,
immigrant.
you're
They
not
were.
a black
My
American.
Why
ancestors
are
was
you
Come
on.
over
ignoring
here
your
and
own
have
You trying to
community?
throw
immigration
that New York
papers.
accent
You're
on
not a
just a
black
little too
American.
hard.
Black Americans
If
don't
your
have
ancestors were
immigration
here,
papers.
why are you working against them?
And
What's
when
Exactly.
wrong
have
with
we
you?
ever been? When have we ever been worked collectively with immigrants.
The
Do
only
you
time
guys
they
get up
join
here
up
and
with
talk
Never.
us,
about sprinkles here and sprinkles there of immigrants that helped with certain things? There has never been a collective or a wholeness, no type of wholeness when it comes to immigrants helping us do a damn thing.
true.
So
You know,
But
you
the
stop
know,
only
Marcus,
thing
lying.
that
Immigrants
they
Marcus,
tore
side with
Marcus,
us,
down,
the only way that they
bombed,
sided with us was
and
because of the
burned
Marcus,
fact
while
that
down
we
our black
when they
Wall
needed us
Street.
to fight for them,
Immigrants
they
have
sided
come
with us.
here
Then the
as
minute that we needed them
parasites.
to fight with
When
us,
they
there was
come,
nowhere to be
they
found.
don't come to
Immigrants
unify.
have
They
come
come
here.
to take. They
was
come
Immigrants
to
have
Marcus
come
take.
Garvey a
here and
unit
they
was a
tore. Listen,
immigrant?
immigrants came here
Yes,
and
Mark Garvey is an immigrant.
tore this
No, they
country
would do
up.
they would do you any way they feel like they can do you in order to get an advance over you because they feel like you're gonna be all right because you was born here in this country and you a citizen, so you'll be fine. But I need to get everything I need to get, and if I gotta double cross you to get it, then you're just gonna be double crossed because you're nothing to me but an obstacle in my
No,
way of
how
getting
about
money
not?
to send
Hold
back to
on,
my
wait a
home.
minute. How about not double cross you? How about just act like you don't even exist? They don't even see you because
Yep,
they got to keep
that
their
part
heads
too.
down to keep their little citizenship and keep the benefits that they come over here to gain.
Yeah,
Um,
like
how
we
about
less
that?
than
And they
them, and
How
can't
we the
about
ones
how
that's
they
freestyle.
original
orchestrate
people
What
here.
voice
crime
do they
also
have?
in your communities?
Right. What voice does an
Yes,
immigrant have over here? You don't have a
and they
voice.
come in. They bring the poison into our neighborhoods. They sell it. They get us on with different things and promise us different things and whatever, whatever. You know, think people be thinking about coming up if they got a good plug. But then that plug is the one that's working with the police and he telling on you after you make that cop from him. He get to keep the money and stay in business as long as he keep turning our people in. And you think that's a benefit to having the foxhole with you? I don't think so, homie.
Exactly. And then
And our
immigrants,
children going
these
missing.
immigrant, these immigrants come over here and get these jobs and stuff like that. And then they get these jobs and they only hire their own and undermine Americans because they ain't never had nothing before.
They
Act like
bring
they
all
don't
their
know how
third
to
world
act.
politics over here and get into our politics and bring down the community with their politics.
Exactly.
Okay.
So all of these different things that's going on between our people or whatever the case is, we've been the one that have constantly stood by and jumped out there at a
Okay,
moment's
y'all, we
notice for
gonna move
any
on.
discrepancy.
We gonna move on. We gave you 3 minute open panel. We gonna get to DRR. He been waiting a long time. Hey DRR,
Hey, how you doing? How's everything?
if everything is going good, you wanna address the prompt? How are immigrants helping or harming the Black American communities?
I say harming, and back in my day when they were coming, and there was far few in between. Um, there was we made sure that they understood that there was a position of chain of command. You just don't jump in front of the line. You have a process to go through. You understand? And we made them respect that process, as well as I had to respect the process. My children and me as a child had to respect the process. But now, quite obviously, people create confusion for a purpose. They let people come in and create this confusion for a purpose. They bring them in and they put them in all these different positions for a purpose. And we have to understand something as well. We have to alleviate the process of just coming and jumping the line. We have to put things in perspective. When people don't have to work for nothing, they don't have to go through nothing to get nothing, they don't have no respect for it. There's no respect for the American blacks. There's no respect for foundational BLK Americans and everything that we have done because everybody get to jump the line. Everybody get to say I did this, that, and the third. There's no level of education. There's nobody learning nothing about America. They got everything totally out of perspective. The immigrants come, especially the BLK, especially the Africans, the Caribbeans, the Brazilians, the black ones. They come and they just come to take and get what they can get. And as they always say, they wish the whole American economy would collapse. They wish America would collapse. At the same time, you hear eating. So when it collapses, you collapse. But that's the kind of dispensation that you're going through because there's no level from us. We have to protect this government. We have to protect our country. We have to protect our position by every means necessary. And we're not doing that. But we have to stop putting things in perspective because this is where the dispensation comes in and the confusion. People just walking in
Hey,
the
land
door.
your plane, DRR.
Okay, people walking in the door, like what the old saying, all in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. It's something wrong with this country that these people can just come and all of a sudden they
Okay, you
doing all
gotta
these different
land your
things.
plane. Y'all please be
And
cognizant of y'all timer. It's
yeah.
people waiting.
Oh, sorry. The confusion is people are being put in position and they don't qualify for it. These immigrants. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody have a rebuttal for DRR?
Can I rebuttal?
Go ahead, Revenue. Hi, Revenue.
How you doing, Love World?
Hey,
I was listening
thank
for
you.
the last 2 hours, and I just hear, people complain about construction jobs, Mexicans working at McDonald's. Listen, you cannot hate the player. You got to hate the game. Did we live in this?
HATE,
Sorry, sorry,
HATE. I love
sorry.
TikTok shop. Please.
HATE. I love TikTok Shop. This is a capitalistic country. Capitalism rules the land. And I think a lot of y'all, if you've been here 400 years in America, like Johnny said, and you compete with immigrants, that's just sad. I don't hear anybody talking about STEM jobs or, hey, these immigrants are taking the STEM jobs, they taking the IT jobs, and we can't get work. People are complaining about construction jobs and picking oranges and, oh, my kid could have worked at McDonald's. Do you think the small
Who
hat?
Man,
you
we
hear up
talking
here?
about we
Who you
talking about
hear
our
complain
job.
about picking some oranges? Ain't nobody complained about
Nobody
picking no
nobody said
oranges.
nothing
Well,
about
I
picking no
did. I
oranges.
definitely heard somebody say that. I don't
But
remember the
no,
guy
ain't
name.
nobody say they wanted to pick no oranges.
My
I'm
point is the
I'm
small
sorry,
hack.
but revenue, even if they did want to do agriculture, so what? It's our country.
Hold on, let me lay my
Wait a
plane.
minute. Wait a minute. Even if they did want to pick oranges, it's our country. We can pick the damn oranges if we want to. It's
Yeah,
called agriculture. Even
uh,
if a person did want to do construction, we can do the damn construction because we built this country in the first place.
okay, I understand that,
Stop
but
saying stupid stuff.
this
15
America.
seconds revenue.
America economy only makes up agriculture is only make up about 11%. This is a service economy. So if you're not an expertise in real estate, venture capital, an expert in the medical field and things like that, then you gonna be placed in underserviced jobs. You just gotta update your game and not hate the player. This is a capitalistic country. People are,
HATE. You say it one more time, I'm gonna have to drop you. I love TikTok shop. I love TikTok
oh, I
shop.
love TikTok shop. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
if
land your plane. We gonna land you because you keep saying HATE.
I beg
DRR.
pardon.
Okay, revenue. DRR, you wanna have a final say on that?
Yeah, quite obviously, you don't understand what I'm saying. We're talking about structure, right? Back in my day, in the 50s and 60s and 70s, there was structure. You just couldn't come off the boat yesterday and just jump into a position. Now they're letting you jump into a position because they're trying to create chaos in the foundational BLK American community, the American BLK community. So they're bringing all these dysfunctional Africans, Caribbeans, Brazilians, and they're putting them in positions where they do not have the ability to function. Half the time they got fraudulent documentation, and they're trying to push them up to the front of the line before they get to the back of the line, in which they're supposed to be. I'm saying that we have to get to the point where we American BLK, foundational BLK Americans, and that's why we have FBAs to reserve everything that belongs to us. If you were not here, you didn't build it, then you get back. You have to get in line, and you have to earn it. That's the problem with these immigrants. They don't have to earn nothing. They just letting them just go, and they know that. They know that because the 1% of those who control the wealth, they know they're not coming to their community. They're not coming to their job sites. They're not coming to their employment areas. They're going to come to our communities and dispensate us. So we have to we as a people, FBAs and people who've been here since 500 years, we have to organize and make sure that no more. You're gonna work for what you're supposed to get, but you're gonna get in the back of the line and you're gonna come here properly. There's a way to do everything. You just don't come here and jump. That's the problem with them. They jumping all over the place because they think they're somebody because somebody told them they had some position to say something. Back in my day, they didn't say anything because they know they didn't have no right to say anything. And we checked them and we kept them in the position. Not that we disrespected them, but you're not coming over here and saying all this stuff to me. You're not. And you're not coming over here and you're not going to jump into positions unless you went through the whole process to get there. If you're a journeyman, if you're construction, whatever the work is, you have to go and be an apprentice. And after the apprentice and we see you're good, then we take it to the next level. You just don't jump in and start doing stuff. This is the problem with them. They think they just come in, they just trying to take over
Okay, land your
everything.
plane, DRR.
Yeah,
I
there's a
gotta stop
proper
you. It's
way
been
to
way over
structure
a
your.
minute.
I would say to the immigrants, structure yourself properly. When you come to America, give a level of respect to those who put you in the position to do what you're doing, or
Okay,
the
thank you,
consequences are
DRR. I
there.
gotta stop you. You way over your time. Thank you for coming up, DRR. We appreciate you. Hey, Revolution, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, you already addressed the
Well,
panel.
based,
Do you want the people who already addressed the prompt already? We're gonna just let them. We're not gonna waste time, having them read the prompt and all that. So we can just keep the conversation flowing. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, Revolutionary.
I appreciate that.
You
All
welcome.
right. So, based on the data from the National Science Foundation, the total U.S. workforce is 141,687,112. There's only 35,930,326 STEM jobs. So, everybody can't have a STEM job, number one. Number two, all other jobs besides that is 69,826,460 other professions that's in this country. STEM jobs only make up 25.4% of those. Could somebody turn that Okay, thank you. While the African American Institute itself was not strictly an African American organization, in terms of its leadership, it was found to be a multiracial coalition of American educators and Africanists and heavily backed by major American philanthropic foundations and the U.S. government. It operated alongside a network of civil rights organizations, Pan-African funds, and educational initiatives that provided comprehensive material support during the specified timeline, and this was for Africans with wraparound services and support, tuition, living stipends, travel, transportation, and sometimes assistance with personal relocation or vehicles to empower Black students who were Africans, civil rights workers, and African leaders. This is the type of programs that was going on ever since 1937, especially the biggest pickup was in 1953 when this one came up, and then on top of that, they continued all the way through 2010 at a bare minimum, but they ended up with billions of dollars, including the Kenya student airlifts, which got paid for by the government, and everything else using our tax prices, as well as Rockefeller, Carnegie, and some other people that was putting money into it in order to use them as a more docile and more controllable Black to replace us with. And that's the same thing they did with the Siberians when they came over here, when they told us that we wasn't Indian no more, we was Negroes. And in that same year, that's when they gave, on June 2nd of 1924, that's when they gave them Native Americans their citizenship when they came over here from Siberia, and I got the receipts to prove it.
Thank you, Revolutionary. Anybody have a rebuttal or disagree with anything Revolutionary said?
Yeah, I got a rebuttal to what he's saying.
Go ahead, Reverend.
Like I said, if immigrants come here and they set up their own programs to benefit their own people, then you should ask your own people why they not setting up programs or institutions to benefit your people. This is a capitalistic country. This is not this is not a socialistic country. This is a capitalistic country. Is dog eat dog, you know? People want ROIs on their investments. So people are gonna go for, the cheaper labor to benefit them. We seen that happen with the automobile industry. People want higher wages, people wanted benefits, and they ship those jobs to China, India, and overseas because they wanted return on their ROI. I think majority of the panel are asking for socialistic benefits. Then you need to move to a socialistic country where it benefits everybody. But this is a capitalistic country. It's a dog eat dog society.
Oh, yeah, your plan was landed, Revenue. Y'all be conscious of y'all timers. Go ahead,
Okay.
Revolutionary.
To reply to that, One, they don't come here and create stuff to have for themselves and then hire their own people. They come here and get set up by our government to be used against us. Because this is a capitalistic society, they use immigration as a weapon to keep the wages down in order to keep their profits up. And they don't care about us getting put down because we're the ones that they don't want to come up, because we're the ones they stole this country from in the first place. And they want to bring in everybody they can to bring us down. So when we thought we was fighting to get other people in here that was going to fight against the power that be with us, they came in and sided with the enemy that has been colonizing their towns and everything else in their states and their cities, or whatever the case is, if they're in the other countries or whatever. So these are the things that the government has set up in order to pit one against each other, because they win no matter what. And we need to take the weapon out of their hand that they're using against us, and that is immigration. So that's why we're against it, and that's why y'all gotta go. We're reclaiming all our land rights. We done got our genealogies together, and we're coming back and telling us that they need to get off our land. Period. Point blank. It's already happening. That's the dog eat dog part. The big dogs is in the yard now and getting ready to jump the fence.
Amen. Make America great again.
Can I add to that too?
We about to move it on. It's revenue turn. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead, NFL.
I was just gonna say I foresee in the future a lot of immigrants, y'all are gonna regret y'all callousness, because I'm telling
I
you
agree. I agree, NFL.
I'm telling you right now, you already got a lot of black Americans talking about getting up in politics and changing policies. And I'm telling you now, you're gonna wish that you sat up there and kept it real and said, okay, what can we really do besides giving you some nice speech? And because y'all so callous, and because hate the player, hate the game, one thing y'all don't realize about black people.
HATE.
Oh, I'm sorry.
HATE.
My bad.
I love TikTok Shop.
My bad. One thing you gotta realize about black people is we will flip the game. When we done had enough, we always flip the game. And when we flip the game on y'all and we get our own congressional caucus, and it ain't gonna be the Congressional Black Caucus. We gonna mess around and get our own caucus. And y'all are gonna be sitting up there hurting because it's like, man, we could have tried to really piece it up and see where we could start at, instead of trying to say it's cutthroat, it's capitalism. Because that same thing that make you laugh is gonna make you cry.
Okay,
Y'all gotta realize.
Land your plane.
I'm landing it.
Go ahead, Revenue. You want to address the prompt?
Yeah, how are immigrants helping or harming the black community? I think a vast majority of immigrants are helping the black community. Uh, you know, immigrants are usually the ones building the wealth in the black community. When you look at the medium income of black immigrants, particularly, they have a higher medium income, higher college graduation rate, and higher home ownership rate. So in that aspect, they're actually helping the black community, from smug, riddled communities. They're helping to rebuild those communities. So in some aspect, you could say they are harming the black community. I mean, if you want a McDonald's job and a bunch of Mexicans work there, I could see how it's harming you. If you want a construction job and you don't have your own company, or your family don't have their own company, or your friends don't have their own company, I could see how it's not helping you. But I think realistically, you got to provide services for yourself. If your people don't have their own businesses, you can't just be mad at the, capitalism. It's just the game. You just have to adapt to it. Immigrants that come here, it's like I'm hearing some people, it's like immigrants supposed to reach in their pockets and just say, hey, black Americans, here, take our money, and this is 10% of our proceeds to go to you. But that's just not the reality of the game. You got to build your own institutions, your own organizations, your own businesses to provide services for your own people. And you can't be mad. You can't be mad at immigrants. You got to be mad at your government Trump just went to China and he just signed a deal where, they bring in 500,000 Chinese annually. The government signed, the wealthiest man in America is an immigrant. The smartphone I'm on, the iPhone, was built by immigrants. So, the
Land
government
your
needs these
plane.
people.
Land your plane. So after LB Carter, we will be changing the prompt, and we'll be ending the night with Ask Black Americans one question. Anybody have a rebuttal for revenue?
I do.
All
I
right,
got a
go.
rebuttal.
Nope, not you. It's Revolution and Threads. Go ahead. Go ahead, Threads. Hey, Threads.
Hi, Luz. Okay, so revenue. I'm listening to revenue, and revenue is actually disproving all the gaslighting that immigrants have been coming up on this panel and doing. This man is naming capitalistic. This man is calling them entering this country and saying that this is a capitalistic country and that it's a dog eat dog world. The man is literally telling us what their attitude has been from the beginning. They've been selfish and they've been greedy and they've been thinking it's a dog eat dog world. And they haven't cared about how their actions have been affecting the Black American community. He's showing you how they've been self-delineating. He just said Black Americans need to have their own services, their own resources to help your own people. He's literally telling on himself and disproving all the gaslighting that they've been coming up here and doing. And it's infuriating. It's disturbing and disgusting. And I land there.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I say, you need to have your own institute. I'm talking about the people that want to delineate. If you want to delineate so bad and you don't want to unite with Black immigrants or immigrants in general, then you need to set up your own institutions, your own communities where it benefits your own people. This is a capitalistic country. I live in New York City, which is a Pan-African city. We very integrated. We live in each other's neighborhoods. We patronize each other's businesses. We even open business together. So I'm not talking for that aspect. I'm talking about the people that want to delineate so bad and they blame the government. I mean, immigrants. You got to blame your government. They're the ones giving H-1B visas. They're the ones that's have foreign investors in this country. They're the ones that's giving work visas and for people to come in because they feel like Americans are not qualified for these jobs. So you got to blame your own government. And blame capitalism. People want their ROI.
Okay, thank you, Revenue. Revolution, your rebuttal.
Yeah. For one thing, we already had all our own companies and stuff like that. Then they came in and underbid us in order to get the contracts given to them, and our companies could not accept those contracts at that lower rate to pay their people because we was getting paid top dollar. But when they can get paid less than top dollar because it's a dog eat dog world, and half of their crew doesn't even supposed to be working in this country in the first place, so they're breaking the law. So dog eat dog, I ought to be able to call the building inspector, OSHA, or somebody else that's in the authorities and get them taken off the job site, and then I'll get that contract for the amount that I was paying for. Thank you for that tip. But besides that, I already knew that. So second of all, they stop us from getting businesses in our own names, make it harder for us. And then on top of that, if they can get write-offs for giving some of them other people that come cut us down with lower prices, they're going to do that. And that's the reason why we've been for this longest time trying to build something together with y'all. We just didn't know that y'all was stabbing the knife in our back saying dog eat dog behind the door when we walk away or whatever the case is, thinking that y'all was going to be a friend or see that we had no hate in our hearts, hate in our heart towards y'all and everything
I
like that.
love
But y'all
TikTok
took that
shop.
kindness. Y'all took that kindness for a weakness. You done showed your hand on who you are. We believe you. We already was starting to feel that way about it, and now y'all have already proven us to be right. Now, when everybody get up out of here and y'all see what the truth is, and that this is really our country, and these other people is gonna have to get up out of here too, then like the dude said a little while ago, y'all gonna wish that y'all had been nicer to us. Y'all don't realize y'all was pissing on the kings and
Oh, okay, Revenue. Final say, and then we're going to be. This is the end of this segment. Go ahead, Revenue. Your final say, and we
Yeah,
can have an open panel for a couple of minutes too after Revenue talk. Go ahead, Revenue.
Yeah, like I said, you keep saying that immigrants are undercutting you and that and things like that. Like I said, bro, this is a capitalistic country. People are gonna go for the better ROI on their return. You can't be expected to be treated fairly. You negotiate what you can get, not you don't negotiate going in what you deserve. You negotiate what you could get. Uh, that's why people are gonna like farmers. The farmers was complaining about immigrants, and then they was begging Trump to not deport the immigrants because they have a lack a loss of workers on their farms. Just like other businesses like Walmart and these other institutes, they're gonna go for cheaper wages. That's just the reality of the game. I mean, if you want to be paid fairly and you don't want to see your people, then create your own institutes where you could practice nepotism. Until that, you can't cry about capitalism. It is what it is. The nation.
It ain't about crying about capitalism. It's about the fact that we're saying that these people are in the country illegally, are illegally working, but yet it's
Yup,
letting it be
listen.
passed because of the fact that,
We got
nobody's
somebody got
blowing the
a mic.
whistle,
It's
but we blowing the
echoing.
whistle now.
Everything that you guys are saying to these people is falling on deaf ears because truth be told, these people are not used to having shit. These people are coming from broken countries with and
So why you
devastated
expect
by
them to share their wealth?
I'm talking about your ass.
So why
And
you expect them to
devastated,
share
I'm
their
talking
wealth?
about you.
If we
And
coming from
devastated
broken
by
countries,
poverty.
you can't
And
expect
they
us to
ain't
share the
used to
wealth.
having shit. And this is
You've been here for
exactly how
400
and
years.
this
Why
is
you
That's
keep
the
exactly
eating the
and
thing.
this
STEM
is
Institute?
For
and this is
400
a
You
years,
should
we've
prime
be
been
crying
fighting and
example.
over
fighting and
This
construction
is
fighting,
a
and then
jobs.
y'all
prime
came over
example
here
You've
and
been
of
started
here
helping the
people who
400
ain't
community.
never
years. Why are
used
you
to
crying
having
about
shit. This is
construction
how they
jobs?
talk.
You
We
should
This is
be
talking
you
how
should
about
be
they
in the
all
talk.
health
jobs.
center,
We
Y'all
not
just
know
want
who
in the
people
health
are
department,
who ain't used to
STEM
Reverend,
having
and
just
shit.
IT.
admitted to being
Crying
used as
about
a tool.
construction
You
jobs
I'm
literally
telling
just
you.
and
admitted to
how
being used
and
as
how
a
you're being
tool
underpaid.
of the
yeah.
white
Bro,
T man. You
why
literally just
you should
Oh,
have
admitted
your
you
it.
own
damn right.
If
And
you
institute.
wait
would
a
do
minute.
You
that
should
to
be
Somebody
me
in the
crying
and try to
over
comments
make sure
talking about I
construction
structures don't
support
jobs.
eat,
Trump.
you
You
would do
goddamn
worse
This
right
is
I
a
than
support
trying
Trump.
to
capitalistic
make
I
more
country.
support
You
money
have
him.
to
the
I'm
way
proud
blame
he
your
of it.
does.
government.
Everything
Why
that's
won't
going
You
you
on
have
with
to
your
argue
blame your
about
administration
that,
government.
is
You can't
something
Reverend?
we
blame
need to get rid
immigrants.
of.
This is a
Until
Yes,
y'all
we
can
capitalistic
can. It
put
country.
don't
This is
money
matter.
into
not
your
a
But
so,
hey,
government
but
with
look
this is
humility
not a
here. But
socialistic
it's
country.
already
and
listen,
dealing
the
with
thing
us
about
like
it
This is
is
that,
not a
we
it's
got an
socialistic
already
issue.
country.
happening.
This
It's
is a
Yeah,
already
capitalist.
okay.
happening. So
So
Okay.
But
why
you
keep
know
crying?
what's
Why
these
keep
crazy,
crying about
Reverend?
it?
conversations that he's
Yep.
having,
You
Watch
know
he
what's
what's
gonna
could
crazy?
happen
The
the next
listen.
time
wealthiest
y'all come
man in
out
this
with y'all
country
flags,
is
and it's not a day that
If
y'all
you
supposed to have
all
them
had
out.
Steve Jobs is an
Watch
unified
what's
with
gonna
autocrat.
happen when y'all
Elon
come
Musk
out with
is
we
an
your
can't even
flags, and
autocrat.
it's
hear. We
not a day
can't
that you're
unmute
allowed. Watch what
everybody. Everybody
happens.
can speak, but can we let it flow a little
revenue.
better? We can't even hear.
The wealthiest
I
people
just
in this country are
revenue. If
immigrants.
you
You think the
no
government is not
revenue.
going to
Let
let
somebody
immigrants
else
Okay,
enter?
talk,
revenue.
Revenue.
Revenue. If you
Right.
all
Shut
had
up.
unified with Black Americans, you know how short sighted you are? And you're telling on yourself. You
Yeah.
could have had
We
so
are
much
united.
more.
I'm talking about the
Immigrants
No,
could
we're
have
people.
had
not.
so much more. If they had united with Black Americans, you could have had so much more. You were so
Well,
greedy and
Don't
well, they
get
don't
short
want
It's
to
that.
not
sighted
unite.
greed
and
because they're not
selfish
used to
that you couldn't
eating.
even get
Stop
more
saying
because you
greedy.
couldn't see beyond yourself.
If
You're
If
if
I'm
they
greedy.
talking
Thread.
about,
Stop
if
saying greedy
if
because
hold
they're
on,
y'all
not used
people
to eating. They're
hold on.
starving.
if y'all
I'm
people
Okay?
would
talking
have
about the
sided with
people.
us
They're
when
Hold
y'all
starving.
came
on,
into this
hold on. I'm
country,
talking about
we
the
would be
people that
running
Sad.
don't
it
want
by
to
You're
now.
unite.
talking
We
about
would
if
be
the
If
running
you
it by
don't
capitalist
want
now,
to
but we
Well,
had to
unite,
we'll
fight
see.
y'all
Well, we'll
too.
see. All this big talk that you
you
sit
robbed
here and do
yourself.
revenue, we'll see exactly how good you do over in your
Yeah,
country. And once
because
they
we had
separate
to
I,
these,
fight against
once they
yo,
y'all
I'm a
and
separate
U.S.
these
citizen.
YT
numbers,
because y'all
we'll
I'm a
see
chose to
U.S.
how
suck
good
up
you
citizen.
to the
I
really
white
came
doing
man.
here. I
since you
came
want to
here
talk.
legally.
They
I'm a
robbed
U.S. citizen. I came
themselves.
here
They
legally.
robbed
If
themselves
you
of so
don't
much
want to
They
more
robbed
that
unite,
they
could
could
be
have had.
removed.
And
If you
you up
don't,
here
Your
talking about
citizenship could be
capitalistic
revoked.
country. You
okay,
could have
that's cool.
unified with Black American people and came out
We
with
are
so much more
united.
loot. But
No,
you
So
were
ain't
if
too
you
nobody
short
uniting
You
with
sighted.
just
them.
if
Ain't
admitted
you
you
nobody
don't
were.
want
Exactly.
to,
uniting with them.
I'm talking to the people that don't want to
Doggy
unite. If
dog
you
ain't
don't want to
united.
unite,
No,
Doggy
build
you're
your
not
dog
own
gonna
ain't
sit
businesses so
united.
here.
you can hire your own
Listen,
people.
No, you
Stop
didn't
no,
want to
blaming
Dog ain't
unite.
immigrants
united.
You
why
didn't
you
want to
why
they
you
want
unite.
to
can't
That's
work
why
sit
we're
in.
in
here.
this position.
If you
That's
if
why we're
you
in this position.
open
Because
your
you
own
wouldn't
construction
unite. You
companies
could
so
have
you can
had
hire
so
your
much
own people.
more.
And
Ain't
why are
nobody
you talking
uniting
down
Get
with
to
your
these
own
people.
construction?
construction company
Why
and
is it
stop
bad to
relying on
do
people to
construction?
hire
Why is
you.
it bad to do construction
Don't you
revenue?
I'm not
realize
What's
what
wrong
saying it's
with
happened?
bad, but
construction
if
in
you crying
McDonald's?
about
Nah,
if you
you
And
They
crying
got
guess
a lot
what?
of
about
blind,
Making
and you
Mexicans
orange
audacity
taking
willfully
sitting
over
up here
blind.
construction
talking
What's
about
jobs,
wrong
it's
with
bad to
making
get
do
your
orange?
own
construction
construction
coming from a
company.
famished
Yeah.
ass
Get
country
your own
where there's
construction
no
company so you
food.
can hire your own people.
Okay?
You
But you
full
Where
of
won't
it,
there's
tell the
no
man.
truth
You
Get,
about
full
food.
of
them
it.
if you
monopolizing
crying
the
about
construction
Ain't
industry.
nobody
You won't
Mexicans
tell
crying
the
taking
about
truth
nothing.
oranges,
We
about that.
giving you
get your own
Huh?
examples of
farm
what
so you can
actually
hire your own
happened, and
You
you
people.
won't tell
talking
the truth
nonsense
about them
over
not
there.
hiring black
Get your
people,
own
huh?
get your
Yeah.
own
You won't
company so
tell
you
the
can hire
truth
your own
about
people.
them
It's just
Right,
that
undercutting
right.
the
simple.
It's
wages
easy to get your
and
own
working
companies
for
when the
nothing.
government
Get
is
your
And you
own
backing
know
you.
what else,
It's
companies.
revenue,
easy to
before
do it
we
when you
end, I
backing
want
the
to
You
tell
you
you
claim you
you
got a
backing up the
2.8
government.
spending power.
It's
everything that you
easy
If
to
you
name,
do it
got a
when you
revenue, that
sucking up
work
the
2.8
for black
trillion
government.
I
spending
American
cannot
power,
people,
wait.
those
why
I
you need
people
the
cannot
really
wait
government
serve
to
to
help
white
you
flip
to
tea
open
over
business?
with
You
this.
communities.
got
You've been
Oh,
I
this
2.8
love
putting
to
an
see
trillion.
when y'all
instrument
got
to
when you
serve
get
white
told
tea
off to
A
your
lot of
plane.
black
corporations
people live
and
in the
rich
middle
white tea
class.
people in
I
their
Ask
can't
home.
wait to see
That's
y'all get
why
all
told
you
off
can
ask
your
Jay
do.
plane.
Z,
Can I
ask
say
some of these
something?
wealthy people to
That's it.
open businesses for your own people so
Can
you
I
won't
say
get
something, please?
complaining. You worried about
You
people
full of it.
hiring
You
you at
full of
Can
it,
I say
jobs.
man.
You
something,
should have
please?
your own company
Man,
so you
you
don't
are
gotta
full of it,
rely
bro. You
on
full of
people
it. We
to
got
hire
Eric,
our
we're
you for
own
gonna be
nothing.
going to
companies.
another prompt in
It
one
just don't
minute,
make no
couple of
sense
seconds.
crying
Hold
about a
on.
Shut up,
capitalistic
revenue.
country.
We have our
You've
own
been
Go
a
to
companies,
tool,
but
Russia.
if you
revenue.
undercut
Go to
us, we can't
Cuba.
afford
You
the
have
Those are
been a
business
socialist
because
tool,
we get
countries.
paid
revenue.
good,
Admit it.
not pennies.
Stop
Admit it.
crying
You've
about
been used as
capitalism.
a tool
Stop
willingly.
crying
You have
about
been
capitalism.
willingly used as a tool. That's it.
Okay.
Okay,
And
that's
Okay.
nobody's
cool,
crying
but
about
Okay.
but
Hold
get your
on,
capitalism.
Eric.
own
Hold on,
businesses. I'm just giving
revolutionary. Hold on, everybody. We